consistent as always, using the same. Gotta use the same. I don't even setup music. I don't know. I was trying to think of the opposite of a dismount, but I couldn't think of the right word. I guess setup is the word. Oops. Let me switch to this. Make sure my shit's right. Okie dokie. Artichoke isn't it's not correct, as I don't find you all to be vegetables. Or it is an artichoke. I guess it is just a vegetable. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Where's that recap music? Here we go, gentlemen. Entering the city, the party began their search for the bandits, but were quickly educated about just how surrounded they were by other creatures. A group of Drow surrounded them, holding them at sword point in silence and moving them into a building. It was revealed that they were there to stave off an encroaching and possibly dangerous increase in population to the ones called the Nighedrazon, rat folk of an unknown origin. The party received wisdom of the uncontacted cousins of the Erun and Xavru of the surface world, learned of their king and a few ancient stories, including some about Enoch's stone. The Vizier Captain of the Drow military group offered to send them with help to find the bandits and rid them of the problem. But as the party emerged from a series of tunnels, it wasn't the most stealthy of dismounts, as they found a winged creature and undead heading in their direction. And it is from there we rejoin our party in a moment of uncertain difficulty. So, you've emerged from tunnels out of these buildings, and you know there are Drow overhead as they quickly ascended onto the rooftops. And all is silent, except for a few of you. I don't remember exactly who all rolled bad, but some of you rolled bad. And
I wasn't going to say anything, but then you laughed.
We're not going to name names, but some people rolled really bad. Just saying. We detected wings on the wind, but Polyran had noticed something approaching, but he wasn't looking at the sky. I think it was Polyran.
I think so too.
Griffin was looking at something else when Polyran pointed out that there was an approaching problem. So, as we stand here in the streets, uncertain of what is to come, what would you like to do?
See, it was the sounds of undead that we were hearing, right? That's what he said.
Griffin heard the sound of wings, if I'm not mistaken, so he was looking at the sky.
And then there was an uneasy chill in the air of something not among the living.
Yeah, among the living.
All right.
You said like right before we got off, as long as we stayed within like 15 feet of you, we'd
10
be
feet.
fine. 10 feet.
10 feet.
We need to put up a little circle around you so we know where what 10 feet is at all times.
I was trying to find a circle to use. Yeah, fucking stick close to me. Is that 10 feet? It's 20 feet.
Well, at the 20-foot radius circle. 10 feet on either side of you.
Is it 10 feet radius or 10 feet total?
10 feet around him.
Because they would only be within melee around you.
You know, it's within 10 feet of me.
Should be a 10-foot radius. Should be
So that would
20
be
feet
a 20-foot
across.
circle. Yeah.
So,
So
This one?
as I have-
Didn't you take geometry, radius and diameter? Can you please calculate the circumference of that circle, please? He's gonna punch me in the teeth Monday.
I
You fucking
was
nerd.
trying to. Got a big lecture about a fucking egghead. Okay. All right, smart guy. Not all of us are that.
Oh my god. Anyways.
I made it through school.
I survived school with PTSD. I came out the other side alive.
Yeah,
They
I
couldn't
had
defeat
American
me.
history. I called that nap class.
we
Oh
can't
my
actually
god.
see anything yet, can we?
You can see the winged creature. The other chill on the air that some of you have detected is uncertain of exactly where it's coming from, but you know that there are medium strength, to be vaguely descriptive, medium strength undead about.
How far away is the flying thing?
How far?
You said
I
could
would
see
say
it.
you can see it. Yes. I would say it's not over the city. It's out a ways. It's away from you all.
In this direction?
Yeah, it's kind of over in this direction.
Okay.
I guess Enoch is gonna just get ready. Not really prepare a specific spell or anything like that, but just be prepared to cast something whenever anything gets closer in view.
Griffin would have had his gun out waiting and would have told everybody we've got something flying in from... Is this map oriented to the correct direction?
Yeah, everything's correct.
North.
I'll let you know when it's not.
We got something flying in from the northwest. It's a little bit out from the city. Not sure how fast it's coming, so not sure how long it'll take to get here. We might want to take care of what's on the ground or whatever's around before it gets here, though. In case
We
it
better get
happens.
moving.
Agreed.
Which way are we headed?
Headed south, right?
Yes, up and south.
Are any of the Drow that came along with us nearby for us to talk to?
Make a perception check as you are looking around for them. We'll see if you notice them. They are quite stealthy.
12.
Let's see. Oh, I rolled an one. Uh-oh.
I saw it. I turn around and I'm like, hey, where are the Drow? And then one falls off a roof.
That's, you say that, but it's nat 1 on stealth for the Drow in a city where they're trying to be
shit.
stealthy. There's a duality
They're
to
gonna
this.
be
You see
seen
the
by
Drow,
everybody else,
but that
too.
doesn't mean that's a good thing.
That means everybody else can too.
What is their
Yeah.
modifier? Yeah, so nat 1 with that modifier, not that it's gonna make it succeed, but the sense of there's in my mind, even if it's a nat one, yes, critical failure, but there's a level of padding. It's like there's a bit of a dismount. You trip on something, and you almost fall down, but you like catch yourself on like a +4 or something. But like a +2, you like
all of them
land on your hands. I just rolled generally.
Or just one of them.
Because you have, I forget how many I said exactly. I think I said like 10 or so came with you. I don't remember exactly, but I rolled for one.
I asked. I was about to say, was it just for one or was it for the whole group?
I rolled one die, but I was kind of making it a general check.
General for all of them, yeah.
Because they have to move as one.
That's what I was thinking. Like it's like an all or nothing type thing.
Rather than me rolling 10 stealth checks.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's resolve these things as they come. Incoming creature, strange sensation from around you that you know to be undead by the feeling, especially Ezekiel. Once it's pointed out to you, you can very easily identify that that is the case. So, Enoch, you do see the Drow on these rooftops here.
Here, show me again. Sorry.
Here. They're up on this set of buildings at the moment.
Should we?
And their intent was for you to follow you from above, so that you could move about without the use of high levels of dexterity and your friend that weighs 500 pounds.
So we have Overwatch. Like with Griffin and the Drow, we have really good
Yeah, if Griffin were to try and see them, he
fire.
could find them quite easily. It would take him it would be a matter of flying up a few feet. But for you being on the ground, yeah, you got to kind of look for them.
And they heard Griffin yelling out for the flying creatures, so I'm not worried about telling them about that. Actually, upon seeing them so easily, Enoch's gonna turn to them and call out in Elvish, basically a very short translation of what Griffin told him, like, large flying monster inbound. Seem to be undead forming around us as well. Keep your eyes open.
As you call this out, spotting the Drow, you see kind of twitchy movements as you see this individual turn to the others that you probably assume are just behind it and begin to communicate softly. And you see blades begin to be drawn, and the individual disappears over the lip of the roof. You get a sense of movement over the top of the roof, though, and things begin to be in motion. Whatever those things are, but they're difficult to see not because of stealth, but because of the angle of vision.
Seems our friends are on the move. I hope they're moving to keep an eye out or give us cover fire in case we get trapped here.
We better do the same and get on. Should we go down
agree.
the alleyway or take the main road? The main road may have more room, but
Let's cover.
the enemies, enemies might be traveling down that too. Alleyways are slimmer, but we might have better overwatch from the Drow.
Shit.
Plus, we can bottleneck enemies if they come close.
We could bottleneck them if we go down back alleys, but
We could
I'm
also
not sure if the Drow would be able to fully watch us because the coverings of the awnings might cover the alleys. I don't know how the buildings are set.
And also above table, if too many undead pour in or that giant winged beast traps us, there's a good chance we could just get trapped in one of these alleys.
Yes.
Good point.
I
would rather vote for taking down this main road.
because if
Make
push
good
comes to
points.
shove, I feel like we can just book it down this, or have Polyran throw up some walls to slow him down, give us some give us some artificial cover, at least for a bit. I really don't want us to get like bottlenecked in up against that wall. But I leave it up to everybody's choice. I'm just putting in my 2 cents.
I think I agree, actually.
And I can also have Enoch call Duke and ride around if we need him to if I need to divert them any. Because I can move fast with the Duke.
Is there water on the? Are we walking in water right now?
No, that was down below. You
We're
guys
on the
are
dry
up.
side.
You guys are like,
checking.
I would say, how far now? Like 800 feet in the air over the side of that wall at the edge?
Oh shit!
Yeah, over this ledge.
not
This
aware of
tower.
that.
This tower is enormous.
I'd forgotten that we were so high up.
Yeah, because
as well.
that increase in elevation began about, if you're looking at a zoomed out of the map, the elevation began to go up about here. The city began to ascend
okay.
This is
on the edge of the
going
tower.
around
So
the
this
tower.
section
Gotcha,
of the
I did
city
not
down
catch
here
that.
is the horseshoe wrapped around the front. You can
Okay.
actually see, if you look
Gosh.
here, there's a wall where it kind of tapers off into
Yep.
what is the entrance, presumably into the tower. That was visible at a distance from where you guys came in. You could see it from up here at the edge. You could see down to here, that platform above. You could see that it spiraled up around the edge. But yeah, you guys are high up.
Yeah, I say we all kind of
This is
stick next to each
literally
other.
a hole going down.
What is it?
Is that a hole going down?
No, those are just some buildings.
Just checking.
Okay. Then yeah, I say we go ahead and start making our way through here. And if the fight starts coming to us, we either just try and fight them as we continue to move up, or we just stop, hold our ground while we're moving up to the higher areas.
That sounds good to me.
All right, are we adjourned for what we're gonna do?
Yep.
Yeah. I was about to say, turn around and run away.
All right, which direction are we running?
I believe we are running.
We're going
right.
down
Yeah.
the main right here.
Yeah, we were going to
Okay.
try and. At least in my
How
head,
quickly
it's.
do we want to go? Do we want to go
Wait, what?
normal pace or sneakily and looking at the ground to see if there's traps?
Honestly, if there's already like
Undead?
the stench of undead's already in the air and an unidentified winged beast is on its way, I kind of don't give a shit about stealth anymore. To be,
I think we need to prioritize speed.
I was even gonna offer like I'll
There's a
still like
tertiary
if
threat. Without stealth, though, keep in mind.
yeah,
There's
that
the
is true. God,
Yep.
I would leave it up to the party to vote, but I vote for speed.
Maybe we should do stealth, because then maybe the monster and the thing in the sky won't see us as easily.
And it might go after possible rats or whatever else is around the tower.
That is
Hell, we don't
true.
even know what it is yet. We don't know if it's a friendly. We don't know if it's going to attack us.
I have a
We have
fairly
no clue.
decent idea of what it is, but
Eh.
I mean, you could make a nature check for the mountains. If you would like.
okay.
I would
Why not?
definitely.
I think Griffin and Enoch would be the most appropriate for that.
What is your nature at, Griffin? I may just help you.
+4.
I think mine is also at a +4. Do you want to just both roll and see who gets higher then?
So you could do the help action where you both roll instead.
Yeah, I'll do that too. I'll do that because my nature. Actually, my nature's at a +3, so I'll help him. So I'll give you advantage. Give us a better chance of getting it.
Oh, I've got +4 nature. Didn't realize shit.
21.
Sweet.
21. Good, solid chance that that's a mountain drake. High up, mountains all around. This is easily a mountain drake. There's a lot. You saw a lot of wildlife
Big
below
lizard.
before the pass. You saw goats and different wild animals around for them to hunt. It's perfect. This is a perfect environment for drakes.
Looks like we're in its hunting ground. Not necessarily its target, but if we are seen, we will become its target.
And you know, these are medium creatures. These are not large or huge.
So it's just one?
That's all he saw.
That's all I saw.
One medium drake. Okay. Honestly, if it's one medium drake and
In comparison, how hard would it compare the medium drake to the thing that came out of the sewers that we killed? That
Same
had the
size.
cultists?
It's a medium-sized creature. It's the size of you, like a normal humanoid-ish, but like.
I meant like
I mean,
the.
It would
oh,
be
the
as.
I think he's talking about the Otyug.
Oh, that much smaller. The Otyug was huge. Those are enormous. That thing was like threatening the
No, I was
ceiling
talking
at
about
points.
the thing that came out on the above ground.
Oh, you were talking about
That was that was also a
Yeah.
drake.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
It was
that
a different
So
kind, but it was a
basically-
drake. Yeah, you guys are next to a really tall mountain range, and now currently now you're in it. Before, where you were just near it ish. It's
that
a
thing's
narrow
com-
kingdom.
You know
It's
what?
not
Yeah.
far to the mountains.
If
but
that's comparable to the thing we fought back in the city, then we might be able to kill it. The only issue is if we don't kill it quick enough, it might call for help.
I was thinking the same thing. If
And
it-
then we'd have a whole lot more of those on our asses.
How easy is it to
Since-
like redirect and bait mountain drakes? Could we just like throw out some food? Like, are there any animals nearby we could like kill real quick to leave as like bait?
I mean, it might go back to eat that, but likely that it's going to hunt you.
It's more
Alright.
likely going to go after something alive than dead. The sport of it, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's a hunting creature. This fully wild.
It's not a scavenger. So it would probably be better to go stealthy and move forward, and if the undead show up, beat the shit out of them quietly, and then continue on.
You also have the
Alright.
like nature's understanding of a creature and the reasoning of like there's one slightly fresh, I don't know, like dead rabbit on the ground versus a party of living creatures that would be a feast.
Yes.
Well then, let's head down the main road and try
Let's
to
do
be
it.
quiet. Stay around me.
Yeah, I was about to say. Grab Polyram, put him in the circle.
Is the road actually wide enough for us to all be within 10 feet of him? And walk down it.
Yeah, the procession there, that area of the road is, I would say, it's probably about 30 feet across in this wide, like, road area.
Sweet. Okay.
It's relatively wide. Oops, that's a little bit too jarring. Hang on, sorry, I was looking for slightly.
So we're about that size.
Probably
Technically.
smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, about like that. Yeah.
Only we're standing over here. Oh, actually, it'd be even smaller. He said 30 because this is 20. Yeah, this is a 20-foot across circle. So yeah.
Yeah, this from here to here would be 30. So you guys would be minuscule. All right.
Hard to deal with the small, so I'll make it a little bit bigger again.
Yeah, it's all right. It's more of a marker than a
Yeah.
than an exact movement tracker here. Map's not
And that's
exactly.
why
Here, actually, I could do this. Hang on.
enlarge.
Did it again. Did it twice. There we go.
right.
There you go. Kinda. That kinda does it. I can't do too much more because then I'll fuck up
Overbuild the map.
the fog.
Yeah.
I saw it not move as you expanded
I
the
did
map, and I was
too.
like, "Yep,
That's what I thought.
there's the
Yep.
secrets."
More wall.
Yeah. Well,
Do we have to roll stealth?
Are we stealthing or are we running?
if we're stealthing, we gotta roll stealth.
We're
stealthing.
stealthing.
High knees or hiding? All right.
The sadness
Well, my
in both of y'all's voice.
I have a +1 to stealth.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
Twins.
Everybody, roll a stealth check for me. Let's see. We have
Oh, I'm using
a
my
20,
inspiration.
30.
No, mine was a nat 1. So burning my inspo.
Stones, Posit, and Polyran, and Marcella. Fuck. Another die.
18. Thank God.
Do the sparkly die for her.
I'm not nat 1ing a goddamn.
5 NPCs. Okay, let's see. I gotta reroll fucking Stones' because I moved it and I didn't see what it was. Okay. Well, I'll give you the good news first. Polyran got pull up their stats. Polyran got. Oh, this is his old card. A 15. No, sorry, wrong person. 16. Stones got a 15. The Squire got a 8.
Oh no.
Heyon got zipping back and forth. I might have to move these to make it a little easier. She got a 6. And
Does a 26 in any way help that?
Marcella got a 11.
It's above 10.
Second
Let's
time
take
in a
the
row
stealthy
that
way. It'll be much safer. If half our
Let's be
NPCs
stealthy,
don't
they
roll
said.
above
It's a good idea, they said.
15. Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah,
So-
fucking now that
Nick.
there's undead abound, Ezekiel's being more careful. Sees fucking now Hayon's the one to probably slip, and he like grabs her by the shoulder and also does the shh.
So how many 15 pluses did we roll? I know I have 2.
I rolled a 18.
I got a dirty 20.
I rolled 26.
Okay, so that's 5 of us. How much did what did Noah roll for stealth?
Got an 18.
All right, so that's 6 as opposed to the 3 failures amongst your party. You are, with the higher rolls, just able to
Thank
stabilize out and keep a semblance of stealth from some things.
Semblance of stealth. My favorite way to have it described.
The facade, otherwise known as I think I'm being stealthy.
God.
In that, those that are keeping track of said Drake make a perception check to hang on to the direction and the inbound location of said Drake.
Honestly, with Enoch still being able to bring Duke, if that Drake comes after us, I may just take off on my horse and try to distract him for a bit.
23.
I should at least be able to keep pace with him if I'm riding on the horse.
Anybody else keeping an eyeball track on it?
Yeah, sure. I feel it.
He's checking the ground.
Perception.
Since Enoch's our other kind of longer range character, he would probably be keeping an eye on the Drake. 8. He can't see.
Bandages are
Griffin's
not helping
his
right
way.
now. You're having that moment of like you miswrapped
keeps-
maybe because it keeps like falling over your eye.
If he lifts his head up beyond a certain degree, yeah, the bandages just fall in his eyes.
Probably due for a rewrap. We begin to move stealthily through the city. And some progress is had. And oh yeah, I need to roll control for the Drow again as you are moving now that they're on the move. Cool.
Much better.
Indeed. So,
Yay.
Just about anything better what you got.
Yeah.
as you are running along, you continue to see that Drake coming in, and let's make a check for it. Hey, cool! I have the perfect die for it as well. It's a little dragon eye. So, okay. All right. So it seems to be kind of tapering off in this direction, kind of lazily approaching.
Which direction? Sorry, I didn't have
Just
this.
kind of going like this way.
Ah.
And we continue to move quietly as we can. It begins to, not following you, it begins to kind of hook in this direction, kind of searching, flying at about level. Oops. And it continues to look and seems to fly past and continue on up.
Hell yeah. Okay.
As it seems, you've managed to go unnoticed. And as it reaches the top section here, you see it hook back and begin to descend. Not just down, but at an angle. It's angling down to meet level with the rooftops.
It saw something.
And there are alarms going off in your head as you see it coming in relatively your direction.
Everybody hide. It's heading back. It's swinging back in our direction. We need that.
Is there a nearby building that's open, like these? These?
It would be, this area would be easier to get into. This wall section here, where the buildings are tighter and closer together, close to the wall as well.
Everybody tuck in and hide real quick.
Yeah, we'll hide along the wall of this side.
I guess we all gonna try and hole in there.
Yeah. Do we gotta roll something to hide?
I'll say we'll continue with the current stealth check that you've been using.
Sweet.
As you're noticing these things paired with perception of high values as you pull into an area to hide. And you see it continue to descend quickly. Down, down, down. And it passes over a building across the street. But you see its head hooking down as it does this. And then you hear it roar. And then it begins to hook back and come back the other way.
Yeah, did the Drow fucking catch its attention?
And you see it begin to come in this direction. And as it is flying back south again, you are beginning to mentally prepare yourself for what is about to happen. Right as you hear strange sounds from the distance.
Shit.
If you will, make a perception check if you're trying to see what that is. If you're trying to take in this visual situation taking place.
13.
21.
perception check.
Yeah.
Not a high DC, as this is a very visible thing happening over the rooftops, as you all know where the
Well, I got a 10.
the creature is. Too close to the building, can't really see.
I'm fucking.
You ducked
I'm
too hard.
kind of crammed into a corner.
You're surrounded by everybody within a 10-foot radius. Do you remember?
Yeah,
You're
everyone's
literally in the
just-
middle of a bundle hug.
If you rolled over a 12 for a
God.
perception check, you watch it come back this way. You see its mouth opening and its claws extending to then descend on the Drow on one of those rooftops. As 3 massive harpoons come out from rooftops and spike through this drake and then yank it to the ground.
Oh fuck!
A few streets over from where you are.
You gotta think,
they
these
have
rats
been
have been here for a while. They've had to deal with them.
I thought he said the Drow did it.
He didn't. He said it just
No.
came from rooftops.
The Drow are
when
over
they
here.
were
Oh.
going to attack them.
That came from this
my bad,
direction.
My bad,
Yeah.
I misheard.
That came from a few
We had-
streets, like literally 3 or 4 streets over from you, not far.
That we already passed by.
Stone's throw.
We need to move.
Yes. Let's sneak our way out of here and continue down.
Enoch, something the Vizier Captain rings true in your head again about when those rats eat. Griffin, a call goes out. A howling, disturbing sound. Not a dog's howl, but like a sort of howl of another creature. A call.
Shit.
And you hear a lot of scurrying and scratching, which makes you all tuck into the building around you, pulling in. And there's a few moments where you swear you feel something move out of the corner of your eye. All of it going in that direction to your back, towards where that drake was yanked down.
Feeding time. They're hungry.
Shit.
All right. Jesus. I say the minute it goes quiet and the streets look clear, we just kind of fucking book it.
The
I
streets
don't want to
look
be anywhere near
clear
this.
and are no longer quiet.
They
It's
look
as though
clear and
someone
are-
it's as though someone made an alert and everyone came out of their homes. Except no one lives here. Not normally, not in the normal kind of way. The streets nearby are abuzz with traffic.
That's a problem. Think Griffin could get a guesstimate on the numbers from the noise?
Griffin, roll a investigation check. Running the number of sounds, the amounts of the sounds, the weight to them, the directions. Trying to piece it all. Great question.
Damn. Didn't think so.
What was it?
There's a
Hold
lot.
on, it was an investigation for what? I have a pretty high investigation.
How many?
How many?
I was trying to
would-
get a guess on the quantity.
That wasn't a no or that you failed. It's simply yes.
Yeah.
What about an 18?
At the moment, it's not about what you're hearing, you're thinking about the food source and how many buildings there are around you, where they could come from. You'd say in this particular instance right now, heading towards the hundreds range, maybe heading in that direction.
God.
But that could steadily and quickly grow.
We need to move now.
We need to.
Quietly, quickly. Either way, we need to move.
Are all the roads being used, back roads and the main road, or is it one more than the other?
Griffin, you are the only one that actually kind of catches a few of them running by. They scurried quickly, very quickly. They all seem to be going to that northern direction where the Drake was. They're all heading in the same way. You feel that you're all hidden quite well, as you've like tucked up against this building in the shadow of an overcast day, quite effectively hidden. It's that there's a lot of them heading in that way.
We need to hold for a minute. There's a lot passing by us in every street. If we try and go out right now, they will lock onto us. And then everyone that is still coming behind them will come after us before they can get to the Drake.
I prefer to wait. I'd rather
Enoch.
not be on something else's dinner.
Enoch just nods and kind of settles back into his hiding spot.
We've been able to get this far. I think we just have to wait.
I agree.
That's it. That's our only option at the moment. Hopefully let them calm down a bit. Or at least finish gathering. Any sign that it's slowing down? What's passing by is slowing down?
I mean, yeah, it was kind of an instantaneous sort of burst. The piecing together what you're thinking with what Enoch is gathering from thinking over, okay, how many could there be around us potentially, kind of putting all that together, considering that they're probably smaller, they're not going to be massive, so several will fit in a building quite easily. Kind of very quickly piecing that together, you gather that you've survived a sort of first wave of incoming. There could be more coming soon, or that might be it. Who knows? They may have just called some from the area to come and feast.
Okay.
Partly why I was saying I think we
Yes,
should
we do
move
need to
now.
move.
Yeah.
We probably should
Even if
move
it's
back.
even if it is just for a little bit to like move to a different place a little further up and like hide out again, but I definitely don't want to stay so close to them.
Is there a path through these back alleys so we'd be less likely to be spotted?
It's
Or do
more
you
like
think it would be better to go to the
narrower
main?
streets. The main road, you would probably, like against the Drake, good way to get by quickly and get out of his line of sight at the same time, considering it's slowly ascending and you can run between buildings and stuff. And the area you were in before was kind of an open, this whole area back here was kind of open sort of park. Open like fountain area, whereas through these streets, through this promenade, it's like you can get by the tall buildings at the edges. You can walk through and avoid a Drake, avoiding these rat people things, these rat folk, as they've been called, or as they were properly called, the Nighedrazon, the unknown origin rat people. Probably good. It's 50-50. Going through the main street will get you spotted. That's the one thing you can think. You can certainly hang on to. Going through the smaller streets between these buildings, these sort of footpaths.
Less likely, but still possible.
You could get by stealthily or get sighted. It's a little more 50-50. But if you go in the promenade, you can... book it. You can fucking hoof it to wherever you're trying to get to, which
We
runs the
want
risk
speed,
of
we go
lack
main
of
road.
stealth.
If we go stealth, we need to go side roads.
I've been rolling ass for my stealth checks, so I'm just gonna set this one out and let the rest of you guys decide, and I'll just let the chips fall where they may.
We can just go if you want. It's a good chunk of the ones directly around us or behind us now.
Exactly, and like
Then
honestly,
yeah, we might be able to
with
just
Duke,
go.
Jackson, I wanted to ask if Enoch is on Duke and Griffin is sitting on Enoch's shoulder. Would I be able to carry one more person with me on Duke, since Duke is technically a really big horse?
It's a draft horse that can carry up to 500 pounds. So, yeah, certainly. I mean, without dropping its speed, I would say certainly. Because, I mean, Enoch's what, 180, 190?
Yeah.
Griffin's definitely not that.
Yeah, no. Unless you were wet,
Equipment
which
probably weighs more.
we're not. That was in the rain. Currently, no, not a problem. Griffin's probably pretty
Sweet.
light. So a third person wouldn't be an issue, considering Griffin's quite small and pretty light.
And yeah,
Considering he is a bird.
if we need to, Enoch can summon Duke. Griffin can hop on to Enoch's shoulder, and then whoever else needs to can just hop on the back of Duke. Because if I dash, that's 120 feet of movement.
So you can
And we know Noah can keep up with your horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
an expeditious retreat.
I can just, I can just run alongside the horse.
Hell yeah.
You can literally just keep up. Hell, he can go
Hit
faster.
the high knees.
Because he can do action, dash, bonus action dash, and then
I thought his double dash got him up to the speed. I thought that's what we. I can't remember.
think
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we can say that I can do that because I can
yeah, it's 40
dash.
to,
I can
Yeah,
dash as a bonus action. So
And your
Well,
action,
yeah.
yeah. Because if you
yeah,
dashed with just
40
one,
times
it would.
3 is 120, so it'd match.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have
Yeah.
to like haul ass, but I can definitely keep up
Yeah.
with your horse.
it would be like,
I-
yeah. You'd have to
If I cast
sacrifice your.
expeditious retreat, I might not be as fast, but I could still go. What was it? Fucking 90
Oh.
feet. Right.
I wanted to ask you, Jackson. Is giving my horse commands a bonus action?
Does it not? It doesn't give you a specific. I would say.
Let me double check. Let me look at the sheet.
If it doesn't say, I would say in combat you can use your bonus action to have the horse take actions. I'm not, unless it has its own initiative.
No, it shares my initiative.
Okay.
It just says if you give it an order, it will try to fulfill your request to the best of its ability. In combat, the steed shares your initiative and it is incapable of taking any actions. I guess it can't. Damn, it can't even dash.
So I guess by your order, I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't tell you if it was an action to give it an order.
Because most other summon things, it's a bonus action to give them an order.
That's what I was going to say.
outside
Is
of
it's
taking
usually
the
a bonus
dodge
action.
action.
I would be unopposed to a bonus action to do so.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah, so I can bonus action dash as long as I'm riding Duke. Sweet.
Yeah, you can bonus act. It essentially equates to just dashing, but it's a bonus action to tell Duke to action dash.
All right.
Yeah.
The party is proficient.
And
The
run away.
PCs are proficient in fucking hauling ass. It's not the NPCs
That are the issue.
that are the issue.
Yeah, correct. Because you have a standard speed fighter, you have two halberdsmen, two knights, well, a knight and a squire, who are basically also fighters, who have fighter speed, and a man made of stone who is 500 pounds and moves at 500-pound stone man speed.
Here's a question for you then. In this area, have there been any carts in good condition?
Oh,
we could
no,
possibly-
no, there's absolutely nothing. Everything, you don't even, like, you would understand with the aging of the city and what Enoch has said that there's fuck all to be found in these streets.
Thought so.
The only thing that remains is stone and metal. But the stone and metal is surprisingly in good condition. You see lacks in the rust that would you would think would be present over the extended and like ludicrous amount of time this city has sat empty.
What are we thinking?
No carts or wheelbarrows or anything like that around. Doors are gone, gates and such missing. Most of the rooftops are intact because they're made of stone.
What's it called?
Is it a fucking wheelbarrow hauling somebody in that?
I know, right?
Just, Father Ed, get in.
That was
I'm
a
not sure what's
family
more
fun
stealthy,
day.
you or the wheel.
Yeah, for real.
What are we gonna do?
All
A
right.
three-legged race next?
I gotta do
So
the
are
egg race.
we hauling ass?
Haul ass or attempt stealth, which I say
I'm fine
50-50
either
going
way.
through the footpaths. It sounds intimidating. Merely, I'm just saying like that would require a stealth check again to go through the footpaths of the streets
enough to get there.
between the buildings.
If we're not confident in our stealth, then we're gonna go.
Yeah, it's
That's what I'm saying. I leave it up to you guys. I am fine either way. I just my last few stealth checks have been actual dog shit, so I'm just really scared to roll stealth again.
a few of the NPCs have also rolled quite dog shit.
I'd say we run.
Oh shit.
Alright, guy with
Yeah,
most
let's
stealth
go.
says to run.
It's I'll also say to a bit of comfort, despite the peril that lurks behind you and its potential to detect you. You know where you're going. It's just
And
a
we
matter
do have the
of,
Drow to give us cover fire if they do see us.
right. You know where you're going. It's the problem of like trying to not be seen, to not have a massive fight on the way there. That's been the problem all along. That's what you were trying to avoid. And you're understanding now how difficult this is, and the fact that it was miraculous that you all got through here without any of these rat creatures seeing you when entering. It's amazing that didn't happen and you were found by the Drow first.
All right.
Not because the Drow aren't as powerful, obviously, but because there aren't as many of them here. Enough
Then
to quell an issue.
If we are running, who is getting with
Who's
me
good?
on the horse?
Well,
Because Griffin,
everybody
do
wouldn't be
you,
able to keep up. I would say keep him in reserve until we need to run away.
I mean, I could still, I probably would still summon him, even if we're just going to be
Also-
all running.
I'll point out
Because I can keep pace or right ahead.
there's layers to running through that street as well. Whereas the footpaths would be stealth, and there's also layers to the stealth and how stealthy you're being. If you get seen, how many see you, so on and so forth. Running through the main street, there's layers. So there's running and not making any noise. So I would stay stealthily running, so just running in silence, which is still going to be noisy. There is dashing, so using actions to dash and just fly up to your objective. And then there is full abandon, action, bonus action dash. We're double dashing, we're on horses, where you're just absolute beeline, tear the street up, fucking leave a dust cloud. It's kind of 3 layers to this, the speed you go will also dictate some level of difficulty.
And
On
also
my
that
end.
last one, not all of our party will be able to keep up with that last speed.
Exactly. And therein
Yeah.
lies your
Are the
layered issue.
Nighedrazon undead? Or is there another smell of undead?
the
Or is there another
sense
feel
of undead around you dissipated as you began to move, but it's around. There's a general sense of undead in the air that didn't shift when the Nighedrazon began to move. I'll say that much.
Fuck.
All right, I think so. Yeah, I think they're
I thought there was
unrelated to
another-
whatever that is.
As the Vizier Captain and the Mistress told you, there are the Nighedrazon and there are mutated creatures who have lived here for a long time. You're in a tower that was inhabited by mages to some description. There is an understanding of, if it's a mage's tower, if you will, you understand. So the basic world building, The ethereal energy used for magic sits high up in the atmosphere, which is why places like Escamil and places like that sit up high. They have towers and buildings like that because they pull the ethereal energy down into the buildings and stuff. So mages' towers sometimes are quite tall to be closer to that energy, to help them with experiments or gathering energy into batteries, which is quite common among mages that do that. Which might inform why this tower is so tall. This is not like some you gotta like really brain down and think about. This is like basic information. Everybody knows ethereal energy used for magic is pulled from the atmosphere. The higher up you go, the more there is. Ironically, the less air as well. So you're on a tower, sitting high up in the sky, where creatures that do get into this city and begin to get pretty far into it, the ones that survive, mutate. And considering that the Nighedrazon haven't always been here, you're being informed that they are... Essentially what the Drow were telling you is they came up from the depths, from down where they come from as well, in some way. So they came up behind them to then try and quell the population from escaping out into the world. Which is why their headquarters that they established is now down in the low parts of the city. To keep the Nighedrazon from getting out.
How fast are we running?
Mutated creatures are about. And ghosts.
Saying ghosts?
And
last one on.
Yeah,
Add on.
And rat people.
No, you want to throw a fucking sticky note at the end of that? Just says ghosts.
The ghost beach.
Are we stealthy running? Are we gonna just action dash with everybody?
Standard speed, regular dash, full fucking abandon.
Yeah. Or does Enoch need to get the horse?
Because like standard speed, I would equate to like a jog. By the way.
Let's start with stealthy running.
Okay.
And the instant we get seen, we can pick up speed if we need
And
to.
and then when shit hits the fan, we'll fucking.
We'll go, oh shit, let's get in that door before they get us.
Or we'll hit option 2. Option 3, I probably won't do. So we don't leave anybody.
I was about to say, yeah. I don't want to leave anybody behind either.
Best bet is whoever's got the slowest speed, throw them on Duke.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then just keep up with whoever's the fastest after.
I will say, it doesn't say they'd have to.
Or slowest on foot.
Yeah.
Is Polyran the slowest?
I would say Polyran, Marcella, and the Knight and Squire are the slowest. It's kind of a combination of the slowest.
Because Enoch moves the same speed, he only moves 30 feet, but I have Duke, so.
Yeah, I'd say the first option.
Yeah, me too.
On we go.
Yeah, let's do it. What do we need to roll stealth to?
Oh no!
Jog.
As I said, this is a jog. It's as I said,
Literally
it's in quotations, like in scare quote, like it's scare quote stealthy. You're not actually being stealthy. It's more like fuck it, we're jogging, and then just like hitting the street and then seeing what happens. So
okay, we ball.
Here we go. So now the roll shifts from you guys to those about that you cannot see.
Those about.
The long list of described creatures, animals, mutated, drakes, rat people.
Leave the zone and level up, come back stronger.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need to go farm some more.
Yeah, let's go farm somewhere else. This is a higher level area,
Guys,
it seems.
Thrown in the high level area.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've accidentally stumbled into a place we should not be. We are under-equipped and under-leveled.
Ezekiel would literally farm somewhere.
Alright, so we shift out into the main street and begin to run. The orange circle is an identifier of rough position of where that Drake went down. Hard to tell.
Okay.
Somewhere over there. Because you guys are in buildings as well. You just saw a thing above and then it went and just dropped to the ground with a loud noise. And then there was calling and howling noises of creatures in the distance known to be those Nighedrazon. Now we'll roll to see how we do. Oops, hang on.
Oh, yeah. if they start to kind of
Shit.
get a whiff of us, I will have Enoch
That's caught.
burn a spell slot and cast shatter like away from us to draw their attention. Because I can just like, I can just I can have a, I can just explode it. Yeah, I'll just explode one of the ruins like down the street to make them come check that out.
All right. That's very interesting. Wow. Okay. Hang on.
Interesting.
Would Enoch shatter help?
Interesting is fun. Don't know until we do it.
Okay. I mean,
It's up to you if you want to wait. Use the spell slot for that.
Nothing's been revealed yet. So far, you're just moving.
yeah,
So-
I'll hold off for now. And if it gets dicey, I'll do it though.
Okay. So that. Okay. So, as you pick up your skirts and begin to hoof it, those that are listening for the triggering of attention make a perception check. Again, lots of those
I'll
today.
have I will have Enoch roll just because if he notices like something, any kind of sound that indicates that there's a movement coming towards them, he probably will fire off a shatter.
Okay,
to
so you're
draw
doing
attention away.
perception for anything that sounds like you've been, something has alerted to your presence.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping an eye out for undead. I'll roll a perception check.
Yeah, you have a separate
I-
perception check as well.
I'm listening for like them calling out that they've seen us, any footsteps that sound like they're moving too close to
got
us,
21.
anything like that. 17.
10.
Okay, so we are keeping our various attentions out for our various things. So Griffin, you're specifically looking for the Nighedrazon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Enoch, you're listening for triggers of alert, and Ezekiel's looking for undead. Ezekiel, running makes it hard. It makes it a little hard, because when you run, what happens? You get a little hot and sweaty. So detecting that little shift in temperature in the air is difficult, well, on the move at the speed. But you're trying. And sometimes that's all you can do. Enoch, what was your roll? You said a 17?
Yes.
On a 17, we will come back to you in a second. What was your roll, Griffin? 29?
21.
38? Okay. 70. So, so
not my fault
watching
I got 'em.
for, so are you watching for them to be alerted to you like Enoch, or are you just looking to see if you see any before they see you?
I'm looking to see if anybody sees us before we see them.
Okay, so you're trying to keep track of if you spot any. So, I think you and Enoch both alert to some on either side of the street. Griffin, the ones you spot haven't seen you yet. And Enoch, you spot them just as they spot you all. And you see actions being lifted to be thrown in your direction.
How
Are
far
we
are the
going
ones
to-
that can see me?
Well, you're in the street. Are you on the inner side towards the tower, or are you on the outer side towards the wall of the main street? 30 feet across. Keep that in mind, because the ones you're spotting are on the inner side near the tower.
I was gonna say the inner side.
Okay.
So I will stick with it and say the inner side. So yeah, how far away from or am I? I may just bomb these guys with a shatter. Have them go check out the explosion.
Make an initiative check. Check. We're not rolling for initiative. We're making an initiative check.
Okay.
I missed the tray completely.
Dirty 20.
12. So you cast Shatter?
Yeah, because if they're going to, I'm casting it at the guys that are about to like call out that they see us.
Are you casting it at them, or are you, because they are between buildings and in streets, are you casting it at them or on the buildings? I will ask because that is a factor and it will cause the buildings to collapse. So it's not meta for me to point out that you could collapse the wall and bring it down and trap them on the other side momentarily enough, maybe making noise and a blockage enough for you guys to get by.
That is definitely what I'm doing because double damage to structures, baby. I'll bring down a couple of buildings if I can.
I mean, that would certainly be possible considering these tight streets. I mean, they're footpath streets and they're walkable, but like the radius of that. What's the radius of it? I forget.
Let me double check my.
Is it 10-foot radius or 10 feet across? I can't remember.
Better. Each creature in a 10-foot radius.
So it's a 20-foot sphere. So definitely be able to bring down a couple of buildings kind of against each other
And
to trap them on the other side.
Yeah, trap them on the other side, give us some time to move, and try it. Yeah, I know they already saw me, but at least to distract me.
You said a 17?
It was a dirty 20.
Well, I meant your perception check.
Yeah, it was a 17 for my initiative. Because if they've already...
After 17, the initiative roll was 20.
I'm trying to think of details if I want to give you anything extra.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, if it looks like they're about to call out where our position is, I'm going to block them off so they can't immediately get to us.
The one you lock eyes with, I will say, it's too dark with the overcast between these buildings. You spot the others. You're not taking in details that you're going to be able to describe back to the others, but the shapes that you're taking out with your quick sight of these guys as you cast this spell, the one you lock eyes with is a little bit different than the others. You sense your eyes are hitting lenses of some kind and then eyes.
After Enoch notices that, he's gonna kind of look in between him and where he's locked eyes with this individual for like a split second and do the math in his head where he needs to cast this spell to like make a blockade. Would he be able to collapse a building they're in and make a blockade?
Let me look. Are you showing? Show me again. So this circle?
Well, I put that down so he could put it wherever he wanted to.
You could potentially, let's see.
Well, that you said that's why I say it needs to be a little smaller.
Yeah, hang on, I'll adjust it. So that's actually not correct. Hang on, I'll grab that. So I'm trying to compare it to this spot exactly where I said it was 30 feet. So this is 30 feet space. So it'd be about that, I think.
Okay.
That you'd be able to use. So that's your full circle.
It has a range of 60 feet.
Okay.
For me to cast it.
Easily done.
Okay, cool. So I can cast it to collapse the building they're in, as well as
you can probably kill these rats to prevent some kind of thing happening. So
okay,
layered instance taking place here. So new line of information. This is based on casting a spell and collapsing the buildings. You can collapse the building. So moving on from the previous thoughts, you're casting the spell. You go into spell cast. What does it do? What is it affecting? What's going to collapse? You're casting a spell that's going to make the environment fail. So these buildings in this, if you place it where it was, you're going to collapse at least four corners of 4 different buildings. And you could do it on top of these rats. And you'd be smart enough on the run here, because you are currently actively thinking of like, are we spotted? Have they spotted us? I'm keeping an eye out for the ones that are going to spot us. I'm looking out for instantaneous problems. If you take out that problem, they saw you and are not going to be able to communicate if they die right this second.
then yeah, that's what I want to try my best to kill them and collapse as many buildings as possible.
Absolutely possible. You cast a spell, and there is no need for them to make saving throws, as they are eviscerated underneath the stone of these 4 buildings.
Enoch just looks up, points in their direction, and just says, "Raise some hell."
You forget just how quiet it was here as you cast this spell, though. A thunderous cacophony lets out from that alleyway.
300-yard distance.
And that's just like essentially like, did you hear it? Like just the loud audio, loud audibility. I mean, it's a thunderous sound that's going to be heard for miles, as it is by nature a very loud, thunderous spell. As you do this, and you lower the chance of continued vision on yourselves, Griffin, the ones that you spotted that had seen you were the ones that he just collapsed the buildings onto. So you're good for now. You don't see any more yet. However, the both of you know they're going to flock to that noise and figure out what happened over in this area. What would you like to do to the whole party?
I would
tell everybody to run.
I would also like to say, with me casting Shatter, with those rats dying and anything else that you let me, it all becomes difficult terrain for any of the rats that go over there to try and check.
Absolutely, yeah. They're not going to fully understand what's going on over there.
But yeah, I would probably tell people to start running. Not bolt action dashing and everything, just moving as fast as we fucking can without leaving anybody behind. At least for the next 100, 200 feet.
How far away was that shatter cast from us?
Probably
60.
40 feet-ish.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, we're not very far.
Yeah, you all heard, noticed every bit. It was loud as fuck. Like, you all are on the same page in terms of, like, that was really loud. That was really, really loud.
I was about to say, you guys would have heard Enoch, like, seen him turn, probably seen his eyes get a little big, and then just seen him hold up his hand, and you, like, under his breath just say, "Raise some hell," and then just hear, like, Wyatt screeching as he launched the shatter spell from his hand. It probably got louder as it got to them and then exploded with the sound.
There's certainly a moment of, like, yeah! Oh, shit.
Just run. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm breaking shit. Oh, fuck, wait, that was really loud. So, what are we gonna do? What's our instant reaction to that loud noise?
It's now option B time. Double dash.
Yep.
Well, that was option C.
Single dash.
Single dash is option B.
Action dash.
So we're just gonna take an action and dash and move on into higher speed?
Yes, I agree.
So, this is layering a little bit, so they were at disadvantage before. I rolled 2 14s, which is why all that just happened. And the disadvantage, despite succeeding at spotting you, is why I gave the initiative check to see who acted first. And Enoch definitely had his chance to, much like his accent and people there, he drew first. So, Wild West action, having concluded there, we all take an action to dash. That noise and the scurrying in that direction will then distract in an even... So, the tension has shifted up in an even level here. So we are still
at a disadvantage to catch us.
There's still a disadvantage. We have shifted... We have dialed up the tension evenly between the two sides of this situation.
That's peak stealth gameplay, is getting spotted and then just immediately taking them out.
I don't often say my rolls. I usually just react either honestly or deceptively. I will tell you, natural 1.
Oh shit.
So, they are...
We're invisible. Run!
Busy.
They are discombobulated by that.
I would say, for those of you that are thinking about it and are smart, there is probably a twinge of thought of like, oh, the Drow though. How are they faring? But that's kind of a thing you can't worry about. You kind of have to let them... They're adults. They can adult on their own.
They've been in this place longer than we have.
They've been here.
So
Either they die and they get to the same place, or they move on. So we're going to shift down another section here. We're going to shift down to here. Pretty big chunk of distance there. I think I want to move a little more. I'm going to say here in this little area in front of this wall and a series of buildings. So here again.
I'd say slow back down to base.
Give me my separate perception checks for all that who want to make one for various reasons.
Yeah.
If you're changing your reason, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just stick with what we rolled.
I was about to say, Enoch's sticking with that. After that interaction, he has his head on a fucking switch. He probably looks like Griffin spinning his head around.
Yeah, Griffin, relying back on that old perception check of just kind of catching the Nighedrazon moving between the buildings and streets. You catch, as you guys begin to hoof it a little more, they don't see you. Their attention is strictly headed in that direction. The timing of your run in this section here, between this wall, sort of wall building thing, and this series of buildings here, you realize that was like coincidentally like perfect. It's good timing there with trying to run through all this that you were between these two things, because they were shifting through these streets in that direction. So lucky as to think that possibly if you had turned around, you may have seen some of them crossing the street here to run that way and didn't turn around to look at you all because they were too fixated on whatever that was.
Thank God for my loud ass patron.
Just a little bit. You said perception.
Yep. Make your various perception checks, if you will.
I got a 6 that time. That did even more running, even more sweat.
There are ghosts everywhere.
I got a 23.
Nat 20.
So 21.
Enoch. What was Griffin's? What'd you say?
21.
21. Because you guys are doing
23.
variations of the same
Yeah,
thing.
he said 23.
Okay, so very high. You both understand and detect what I explained about them passing you by. And in that, you're understanding the reason why you don't see more as you move along. You're understanding, and you're now catching those little glimpses of them as they run past buildings, in and out of alleys. They're quick. They're really quick. And they're not huge. They're roughly the size of, you'd say bigger than maybe about dwarf size, each one. You're catching they're not the width, but the overall
3
size.
Feet tall. Is he bigger than me?
Yeah, how much bigger? I was about to say, give me size
Griffin.
terms in sorts of Griffin. Okay.
Griffin will
Bigger
not
than
be
Griffin, but-
swooping down and scooping them up in his talons.
So bigger
I'll
bigger than Griffin, smaller than me.
A Griffin is smaller than
would
you.
say?
A lot smaller.
No, I was
No,
talking about them. They're
Oh,
bigger than Griffin, but they are smaller than me.
Bigger than Griffin, smaller than you. They are, as I said, they're roughly in the dwarf size area. Maybe not in width, but in height.
About 4.5.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
if nobody else has seen
4 to
them,
5
Enoch
feet.
would probably call that out. Little bastards. are
However, the
about
one
dwarf
that you
sized.
locked eyes with, Enoch, you would later, not right this second, but later you'll be able to kind of like thinking back on that moment, was a bit larger. Possibly one that was to some extent in charge of some of the others.
I'll definitely circle back to that later. Hell yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this one was a success. Are we action dashing again for the whole party? Single action dash, no crazy shit.
Honestly, I would like to keep up that pace if you guys are cool with it. I really don't want to be out here any longer than we have to.
Yeah. Can I do something just for the?
What would you like to do?
So we're all just running off. Do we agree that I can run alongside you guys?
That's what everybody's doing. You're all running together.
Yeah, we're on foot.
Yeah, we're just single action dashing right now.
Yeah, we're all moving at the same pace.
All right, so nobody.
Same. Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody's all deliberately keeping up with each other at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless spoken otherwise, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to break away yet.
Yeah, no.
The only reason
the
Enoch
NPCs
would
are
break
action
away-
dashing with you guys, and they're just keeping up. That's essentially what's going on.
I was about to say the only reason Enoch would break off is if you guys said we need to get such and such ahead now, and Enoch would summon Duke and be like, get on the horse. But outside of that, I vote we all stick together and keep pace, unless anybody has any ideas specifically. Otherwise,
Griffin tell if the distractions is waning or not.
You would assume that in the next section, it is not going to be as prominent a factor in your running away, as building crumbling noises and thunderclaps are not happening in this current action.
In other words, we'll have just about one more section where we could do this without possibly getting caught, but then after that, we're probably going to get caught doing it again. All right, one more try. Let's go.
yeah, I say one more action of everybody moving faster, keeping pace, and then after that, we'll see.
Yeah, one more hoofing it ability.
Everything.
Asked hoof it.
Yeah,
One
the
more
idea
dash.
of Enoch just blowing up a bunch of buildings and being like, all right, let's just keep running, guys, keep running.
Running? We're
I would
doing
like to
running.
leave.
All right. So what was that distance there? So it was about. We're gonna say about here.
Sweet.
And
Oh,
this,
yeah, I'm glad we did that.
This area here. It's a little kind of open area with another fountain. A few long buildings and what look to be the stone remains of old market stalls set up, more permanent market stalls rather than like, you know, just crappily put together. You see little stone counters and pillars that reach up into the stone roofs and so forth.
Am I allowed to ride my Nat 20 to see, catch immediately if anything spots us when we move into here?
As it is a new section, unfortunately, you will not be able to carry the Nat 20 with you.
Alright.
I hate to do that to you. I
you're all
would,
good.
if this weren't like a sort of turn, switch around, sort of mutated chase scene that we were doing, I would absolutely carry it into some more stuff. But as we're not full
I play
narrative
it
at the
where it
moment,
lies.
yeah, I have to unfortunately let it fall to the previous moment. Although, as I said, you did catch them passing between buildings, and you were catching the size, and you have some details to keep track of in your mind. That also helped in pinning that thought down of that one that was larger. And as I said, you locked eyes with one, but it was like lenses and then eyes. So it was wearing something, which means intelligence, which means they know to put things on themselves. That implies some level of intelligence that is beyond just being rats. Which would lead you to suspect probably weapons, should they attack. So, in this new section, I'm going to now roll again. I'm going to roll with the yellow, kind of yellow die with the green numbers on it. Feels appropriate. If you haven't figured it out yet, yes, these creatures are based heavily on the Skaven. They are not the Skaven, though. They interact with the world differently.
I was gonna joke with you I was gonna ask if that's why you've been wanting to play Vermintide the last few nights.
No.
You're getting us ready.
I just like Vermintide. I just like it too much. Okay, so single die roll this time. No thunderclaps or loud noises or death of whatever that thing was to distract noise-wise. So here goes.
Griffin did get a dirty 20 on his perception.
6.
Oh.
I say it because I find it interesting to let you know on a single die roll that I rolled that low. So you got a really solid chance to move on here and get out of a situation that was developing quite badly. Okay. So, with that, do we want to make our perception checks again?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants to make your perception check again. New perception check for the new section.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh my.
Okay.
That's a sub 6, man.
Enoch is good. Yeah.
If there were ghosts everywhere a moment ago, there's 7 in every building. You're going to die. No, you don't know. It's the high knees. High knees are nothing.
Honestly, Enoch is probably looking further back towards them to see if there's any trace of anyone walking up again. Cause it, like, he's basically looking for if he needs to blow up another building to cause another distraction.
What was your roll?
I have to roll it still.
Ah, okay.
Would that just be perception again?
Yeah, it's just another perception.
I was just changing what he's looking for.
Yeah.
He's not
You're
looking
good.
for if they've been spotted. He's looking to see if there's another distraction.
So we're no longer we're now not looking for. You're not looking to spot them before they spot you. You're now looking to see if there is a need for a distraction. Griffin,
12.
same focus on your perception check. Trying to see them ahead of you before they see you.
More or less, he's trying to make sure if they have seen us or not. Basically, yeah.
Okay. So.
And he got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. What was Enoch's again? You rolled really high, I think, right?
It was a 12. It was
12.
not.
It was not high. I misheard that then. You are uncertain. But you suspect they're not stealthing. You can hear them around if and when they move. The 12 isn't necessarily, it's not a failure, it's simply, the failure is that you're not certain if you need to take an action to distract anything. But you do know for sure that you're not necessarily being sighted at the moment. At least from behind, as you're looking around.
And yeah, Enoch will hold off on blowing anything else up behind us.
Yeah, it doesn't feel entirely necessary, but it's hard to tell. Griffin, you are gathering that they are moving past. They're concerned more with what is beyond and what is going on. You gathered an influx of movement at that building, those buildings being collapsed. Very similar to when the Drake was pulled out of the sky and the calls went out. Everything in that area moved in. Everything from other areas has now moved in that direction as well. It is going to be 3 deep in rats in that area. Leaving is going to be interesting, perhaps, depending on when that happens. That is a thought for later. As for now, are we taking the same movement speed?
Honestly, if we aren't seeing shit immediately ahead of us, do we want to? I kind of want to just keep fucking running.
I say Griffin probably wouldn't have stopped them at the moment, but you've got to think we're getting further away from the distraction, so we're getting into an area that may or may not have more in them that didn't move. But we're making pretty good freaking time. So I'd say yeah, let's go ahead and go, because even if we do run into a fight, we'll be far enough away from the distraction point where all those are at that they won't be able to get to us before we get to where we need to go anyway.
What do you think, Robert? You want to keep running, or do you want to slow down a little bit?
If will help if we slow down.
We'd be less likely to be sighted.
I'll tell you,
It'll take us
on the next
turn or
roll,
two more.
if you guys choose to action dash again, next roll will be at advantage
Against us.
against you.
That's why I said
But
it
if you
might be
move
good
at
idea to
regular
slow down.
movement speed, it will just be a single roll.
Okay, but what roll would it be again?
We don't roll.
You
They'll
guys,
roll to
because
see
you're
us.
moving at normal speed and not attempting to hide, you guys won't roll per se. It's more about rolling. They were rolling perception to see if they had been spotted, rather than worrying about trying to not be heard at all.
And we have advantage.
No, if we go at normal speed, it'll be a flat roll. If we do a action dash, they'll have advantage against us to see us.
Correct.
If we sneak, there's a possibility they'll have disadvantage on us.
I guess.
But it'll take us longer to get where we're going.
And you know,
Honestly.
and it would be the grand obvious part of stealthing is it wouldn't be worth stealthing through this main street though, because moving at that speed through these streets through the main street, you're gonna get spotted immediately. You would have to go into the side streets to do so, which is what's gonna slow you down the most.
Yes.
I feel safest at
I'd
just
say normal speed.
normal speed, leaving it at a flat roll.
That's right. It's just not a stealthing party.
Not all a stealthing party, anyway.
We like to
I was
fall on
about
our
to
ass
say.
around here.
We like to fall down a staircase filled with a drum kit. We like to fall down a staircase with one of those comical like drum kits attached to our whole body as we go. Just the loudest noise you've ever heard in your life. All right, so what speed?
Normal move.
Option A, standard movement speed.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like that.
we're gonna move up, not as far. Where were we? Okay, so I think it's about that much. So we are. Oops. We are now in this sort of open square here as we continue to move, but freeze frame. Star Wars the Knights of the Old Republic style, to then make some more choices once more. And we'll see if we can. Let's see if we can get through cleanly through this entire sort of molded together skill challenge plus a chase type of moment here. If you're going to make perception checks again, I would say now is the time to do so, to see if you spot any, or spot any undead, or if you catch any before they catch you, or so on and so forth. How does it keep getting worse?
Let it ride.
I don't get it. You went from like a 12 down to what was it, an 8 or a 6, and then you rolled a 4 on the die, and now you're down to a 2.
8. I rolled an 8. I was like, I rolled a 6, then a 4, then a 2, then this. I rolled a 6, then a 2, then this. Then
just get it out. Just get it out of your system. Just get it out of your system.
Yeah, I'd rather like my next fucking attack with inflict wounds be like a crit.
I'd say you're
14 for my perception.
14 for perception. You're not seeing any. Here comes the standard single die roll to see if. I don't believe it. I rolled another 3. Insane. You guys are getting through this scot-free. That's
I was not
insane.
expecting that at all.
You guys are making up so much for that 2 that I rolled for the Drow when I said they rolled fine. I lied to you. They didn't roll fine. They rolled 1 more than what they had. This whole situation. Funny enough, you were going to get attacked by a Drake and probably some kind of undead. But the Drake spotted the Drow and then was spotted because of its proximity to the city by the Nighedrazon. So one way or another, the Nighedrazon were probably going to attack. And it would have been way worse because you guys would have been locked in combat with ghosts and a Drake, then being attacked by rat people. You might probably good solid 80% chance that you were party just avoided a TPK.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna let that sink in.
Let it ride.
Let it ride. So the Drow failing just saved you.
Thanks, losers.
Thanks, losers. Yeah.
And they're on the
Yeah,
rooftops,
see it
so
jump.
they have the benefit of jumping roof to roof to stay away from the rats below, and they've already, as you understand, have a familiarity with them and how to avoid them. And they could probably meat grinder their way through any group of them that comes towards them. There's 10 of them up there. So we continue to move forward. None are spotted, having noticed you, because they do not notice you. What was Griffin's roll?
16.
Same thing for you. None spotted. You don't see any looking out at you, but you're not catching any scurrying between the streets or anything like that. That could either be that perhaps the adrenaline's pulling off a little bit, or there's just not as many. Maybe a combination of several factors. Next section. Same speed?
No,
It will take us to about here.
How far will we go if we hoof it again?
Here.
And we're trying to get to here, right?
Correct.
Yep.
We're like 2 more. If we hoof it, we're 2 more hoofits.
Well, didn't he say the hoof it would get us here? So it'd get us here, then another
So
one
if
here,
you go
then
normal
another one
speed,
here.
if you go normal
Yeah.
speed, you're going to end up here. Right, it's more like right here, but I mean it's the same. It's just this area. There's a lot of you. The center point will be like around here.
30 foot, basically for normal speed. 40 foot.
yeah.
For
I would
fast
say
speed.
40 or 50, so you'd be more like right down here if you went that fast. It's kind of like people that speed through town. There's a variation that is going to end up with the same result. The only shift in variable is the speed that you move at. You'll probably get there in the same number of turns, roughly.
Honestly, then, yeah, just move at normal speed then. Give them flat rolls to find us.
Normal speed.
Yeah.
I said it would be about right there. I will honor that. D20. See if they spot you. Okay. Much higher this time.
Silver Barb's inspiration.
What?
Sorry.
I
I
was
said
gonna say
Silver
you'd have-
Barb's inspiration.
All right, let's see. Okay. Let's make our rolls. Oops. Let's make our rolls to see if we have been perceived or not.
Alright. Is it stealth or perception?
You guys are rolling perception again. If this is to see.
Okay.
Yeah, we're taking moment. You can take any action you like, but I'm essentially taking perception
There we
pauses is
go.
what I'm calling it in my head.
I had to
But if you have
switch
other
the
things you'd
die
like to do,
color from
there you go.
black to
No,
the
it's a different
ghost
die.
blue.
Shut up, shut up. It's a different die. Shh. Don't do that to yourself. You're gonna curse yourself again.
You gotta mock it sometimes. That's 21.
21.
Now what do I?
You
How many
are
ghosts do I
sensing
smell?
now that you're not
I'm fucking locked in.
you've gotten comfortable at the sweating and running, so you're now detecting temperatures again, and you detect that the temperature is not shifting. You suspect that the ghosts and undead things, whatever they may be, much like the Nighedrazon, have shifted off in the other direction. Lots of noises. Enoch and Griffin.
Griffin got a dirty 20.
Very nice.
Enoch got a 14.
14. So you guys, it's going good, going good. You notice some that are not sprinting in that direction. They seem to be sitting between buildings. And it's that awkward moment of locking eyes down an alley from out in the street, seeing them and realizing, shit, they saw us.
Is there only one in the direction that I'm looking?
No.
Didn't think so.
How many?
How many?
And how far away?
And are we looking
Currently,
in different directions?
currently that you can see, there are 4.
How close are they together? I might burn another shatter.
They are.
Oh wait, are they in front of us? Where are they?
So as you begin to shift forward, I'm kind of playing this a little bit ahead of where you're at. They are down this way from where you guys are here in the street. So this is.
Okay.
Well, what's that distance?
Another-
Actually, I don't even know. That'd be you might be pushing the range, but it might be doable.
Do you guys want me to use it would be my other warlock spell slot, which I get back on a short rest, but I could probably do it to collapse another part of the buildings.
I'll offer that it might not be unwise to think about your placement of this spell and which buildings you collapse, because they could just go around, because it's likely that you're not going to hit them with the buildings, but you'll be able to block them off. So a thought to how you do it is certainly relevant.
Okay. So do you guys want me to try and like block them off, possibly take them out, but more keep them from immediately calling out our position, really?
So even with your, well, be calling them to our position, even if you use your shadow.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was a lot further away when I used it the first time. I'll hold off. It's 4 of them though. Like, how far are they down the thing? Like from where we are in the street, how far are they down the alley?
So, just to say it all out loud again, so this distance is about 30 feet across. So you have that as your measurement. So that would be about another 30-ish feet to the center point between buildings here. It's in range, but it's a question of like, it's a question of hitting the rats, because they're in this vicinity, but it's a matter of can you crush them rather than you will crush them.
How high or how far does
Because they've spotted you.
walls go?
They are 10 feet tall, but 5 feet
Yes, but
wide.
how far can you put them away?
The range, I don't remember the range of them actually. Pretty far, but I don't know how far. They can go 60 feet. He can do it within 60 feet that he can see.
Could we just have him throw up some walls to block them in there?
Yeah, keep them. See, if we run past and they're like right here, they could go this way.
Could he wall off both sides? I know he would only be able to put up walls where he can see in 60 feet.
And only 2 of us saw him though, as well. It was only me and you that saw him. Halloran didn't see him, and he might not have time to react.
So it's either I need to hit him with shatter, or we just need to start running and they're going to see us.
If we have the ability to get everybody to look at him, we might all be able to shoot one up and kill him, maybe. But I don't think everybody else would have time to react since they didn't see him. I don't have anything really except for Hunter's Snare. Or the Thorn one that doesn't do a whole lot of damage.
If we just keep running at the same speed, we'll get there within 2 more checks.
2 more turns.
If we're going to basically ignore them, I say action dash and fucking go. Because they're already going to alert everybody.
Yeah, if we're just going to ignore them, I say we fucking book it as fast as we can.
Instant option 3. Well, whoever's the slowest.
Do keep in mind, option 3 does leave people behind. Because there's
That's why I
somehow
said
they
never
can't.
mind. That would be an option 2 thing.
Option B is the all-inclusive.
Then yeah, let's option B it then.
All right.
And
That's beeline.
We are dashing. That will carry you to here, and then a little further on. It's about right. I would say justified there. This being the center point.
And then our next one will be to get fucking to the door, open it, and then close it.
Okay. So. They now have advantage for 2 different reasons. We need to roll now. Beforehand, like I've meant to be doing. Some of them I've been doing after you guys roll, but I've meant to been doing them after, but before everybody each time. So, very interesting. Oh, that's the wrong window. Let's make our perception checks.
Nine.
No longer looking for. Now that since Ezekiel's determined that the undead have shuffled past, he's now also keeping an eye out for the Nighedrazon. 17.
Griffin got a 24. He rolled a 19.
You have managed to slightly evade their vision for the moment. You don't see them down this way, down this street. So you don't know of their intentions and why you're not seeing them down there, because they probably could have caught up to you. But you know that you currently do not see them down that street as you run by.
Keep an eye out ahead. They may be trying to set a trap at the door.
Oh. They may have tried to get there a different way.
We'll make an understand either way.
Because they're quick little suckers.
Just keep running.
Yeah.
All right, another action dash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with another action for the full party to dash, we come close to the edge of the wall, the closest we've been to the tower yet. We have not actually gotten close. It is smooth stone. They're not square cut blocks. It seems they used spiral shaped cuts on a massive scale all the way around to layer it onto itself all the way up to the top. And you enter into this massive open air gate. It's an archway carved in elven imagery and elven language all across it. Carvings and artistry from ages past. Ages, not eras. As you run into the door. As I have shifted the map a little bit to accommodate the size of your character tokens, I am just going to simply remove the fog.
I was about to say, you could probably squish it back down if you wanted to.
Well, hang on.
We were
maybe-
just using that for the...
Oh yeah, that
traffic.
would. Hang on. Maybe I can do this smartly. There we go. That should be correct. So then I could do this.
Make it dynamic sight thingy.
Wait, hang on. Oh, that is the one that I meant to move. Oh, I remember my thinking now. Never mind. I remember. Okay, so you run, and what greets you as you enter, this doesn't change the description. It's just simply, I was like not misremembering which fog was where for a reason. I set them like 3 weeks ago, and then like have since forgot. So, as you enter through this archway, you're brought into a breathing tunnel as you go. So, let's go. You feel this sort of exhaling breeze as you enter cold air. It smells of minerals and dust and humidity, denseness on the air as you go through it. And you come out into a small room, and there is an arch where you would assume there were once gates in this room, and you see it opens up into a larger room beyond. As you assume you are currently being pursued, with the wonderment of the place that you're entering into and the thickness of those walls, what do you do?
Almost forgot we were coming in here to fight, to clear up bandits or figure out where their stash is.
Almost makes sense why the Drow treated them as more of an annoyance, that they didn't know where they were or how to deal with them.
Because they weren't able to get past all that other shit.
They have a lot of other shit going on. Making the trek out here to just deal with 30-odd bandits in some building inside the tower is more of an irritation than anything else, probably. Considering they have to fight the Nighedrazon every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
They run the risk of dying, which feeds them, which makes them multiply.
So, are there any signs as we're moving up to this part of the wagons or bandits or anything like that?
Make a investigation check as you move along.
16.
You see no evidence of anything like that here at the moment. Although the Vizier Captain, he did mention that they were using tunnels, that they didn't know where the entrances were below the city. Or no, they knew where the tunnels were, but they didn't know the routes they were taking to end up here, because they weren't traversing. These bandits are not traversing the city to get up to this hideout. They are going through the tunnels underneath the city, which are somehow, presumably, due to how the Nighedrazon and how the Drow got here, probably safer than just going through the city by a large, exaggerated size mile.
I was about to say, I vote we try to find those tunnels and use them to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I would
let's-
go back through the.
We took the hard way in. We're taking the easy way out.
And yeah, I think I want Enoch to just be looking around, trying to find any sign where those, if there's any openings to those that tunnel system, if he can just trying to figure out where the stash might be.
Okay, so keeping an eye. So, what was your?
Keep a lookout.
Remind me of the investigation check again.
16.
16. All right, let's hang on to that 16. As you're moving currently,
trying to help him out too.
as you've entered this sort of gatehouse, so far, you've not seen anything resembling sort of waterway water system or sewer entrances as of
Kyle,
yet.
did you say you were helping me? Are you rolling, or can I roll at advantage?
You can roll at advantage.
Okay. Is it okay if I roll again?
Just
Absolutely,
helping
yeah.
him investigate the area or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
no, absolutely. Go ahead and roll again.
Yeah. Since I am on his shoulder.
I'll make a separate roll then.
Give me
Ooh.
some. That was so much
Another-
better. Thank you, Griffin.
That's a 17 for me. So
What's Ezekiel checking? Same thing?
yeah, just look. Like, now that we're in a new area, maybe we can now afford to look for the remnants
Enoch.
of where these motherfuckers have been.
With Griffin's help, Enoch rolled a 24 for his investigation.
24. Ezekiel, you piece together the same thing as Enoch did. You're not seeing anything yet. You don't see any wagons or evidence of wagons or anything, any movement of materials, but you, as I said, remember they're using tunnels to get up here, which would you would assume would keep them away from this tunnel out into the outer ring, the surrounding city. Instead, it would seem smart to try and remain inside the tower solely. Enoch.
Need to move further in.
Logic would tell you they're using those systems to get up here. That was what was mentioned. They're using those systems to get up here and traverse. It doesn't make any sense to you if they're going to trade them away or use them for other things. It doesn't make any sense to you for them to bring them all the way up here into the tower. So you're looking for two separate things. You're looking for where the bandits are, and you're thinking of where the carts and any dragon crystals they may have stolen are. And then you have the tertiary detail given to you by the Vizier Captain that there is an Erun of some kind that meets with them. A single person, single individual who comes to meet with them.
Whoever they're meeting with, I believe they're meeting with them further in. Farther away from the entrance. The exit to the outer ring. I believe we need to move ahead before we find any sign of them.
I would assume some kind of some sort of deal of some kind is taking place between a bandit group, and the specificity of what they are taking is essentially what that gives you. They're stealing wagons, no matter if they're filled or not, and they're meeting with a strange individual. There's really only one place that all that information can go. They're meeting with this person for a reason. It's not some kind of boss or whatever. Because you know they're run by the Vural Pass gang simply because of where they've been active. But they're already a gang that were already a thing, run by a group called the Drix family. D-R-I-K-Z.
We want to just move up to the next.
Hold your breath. There's a cricket on my windowsill, and I need to feed the spider. Sorry, this is random as fuck. But he loves crickets.
Yeah, I'd say move up either way. Slowly,
Yeah.
carefully now.
Moving.
Got his ass.
Heck yeah.
For those watching, I have a jumping spider in this jar. I need to put his stick back in there so he's got like some kind of environment, but they're very simple creatures to take care of. Feed them, give them a little bit of water, and they're happy. I would show him to you, but he's still really, really small. He's tiny, tiny, tiny. He's up in his little hammock as well, so he's not really... But there was a big-ass cricket crawling in my windowsill just now, which is weird. The only bugs that I usually end up with in my house are the little tiny fruit flies, because we get like a lot of fresh fruit and stuff. So they're almost impossible to get rid of, other than that if we catch them and feed them to the spider. So there haven't been as many. So I feed them crickets to hold them over. They only have to eat like every 3 days or so. Anyways. Where were we?
We wanted to move up to this next door and just try to make our way up.
So that...
Carefully, yes.
That is something.
Carefully.
That's not a door.
Move up to our next. There we go.
Oh.
But we will get to that. As you shift out and move in that direction, you come to a waist-high wall, and what you see is what you get. A portal into infinite darkness below. Of course, no one has specified any lights yet. Are we using lights? What's the usage here?
I think Enoch doesn't have dark vision, so probably immediately coming in here, he would have activated his ball of light, not casting daylight with it, but just having it just normal floating in the air above him.
Okay.
That does take out stealth, though. If we're in a dark area, walking around with a light.
It's either... That is true. It's either that, or I need someone to lead me around in the dark, so...
I'm sitting on your shoulder.
I didn't know if you were still doing that. Yeah, if Griffin's still
My
on
knowledge,
Enoch's
I'd
shoulder...
stayed there.
Okay.
Everyone
then
else
yeah,
to see. I don't think any.
Noah, do you have dark
me
vision?
and-
You look around earlier.
Only Ezekiel and Griffin have dark vision, I think. Maybe Hayon.
Olliran does. And yeah, Hayon does.
We
She's
would have
a-
had to have some kind of dim light anyway for everybody else to be able to see.
I don't think
Yeah,
Orcs
you've
have
got
dark vision.
you've got 4 humans that can't see.
Should we hold the main group back a little bit and me do some reconnaissance?
Do you want to do that? Yeah, sure.
So if the entire group is holding back, we'll scale that back slightly. Move Griffin. Come out to this edge. And as I said, as you look down with your dark vision, it just keeps going. A portal, as I said, into infinite darkness. You suspect, hunch, as your vision wouldn't reach that far, that it's probably, this tower is certainly deeper than it is tall, which makes sense for how the rats got here, and that makes sense for how the drow got here. You would assume there's staircase or somehow, some way, a way down that they all came up.
Does it look like how high is the ceiling here, or is there more
It
I can see
is
at the moment?
still quite lofty, a distance up to the ceiling. And as you look, you are given an image of Vart from ages past. You see all up the walls, all along the sides, and up into a domed ceiling. Let's just do a regular intelligence check for me. See if you can just remember something that isn't like a taught thing. This is just remembering a very specific thing.
Well, I did really good. I rolled an 18 plus 4 is my intelligence. So
This
22.
is a perfect mapping of a night sky. Now, obviously it doesn't move and shift, or does it? To match the night sky above as it would be at one point. You're seeing constellations match as they are in the sky. And the difference between this and, say, a planetarium, or like some kind of mapping, a mapping on a sheet of paper of constellations. This is the night sky. You are looking at a detailed mirroring. It's very strange. You know you're inside, but you're looking at the night sky.
And it is not nighttime outside.
And here's the weirdest part. Where the moon should be is a circular sphere. Not a actual sphere. A circle inscribed into this image that is scrawled across the ceiling and the walls. Where the moon is and where it should be, there is something. Circle. Just like the moon, imagine. But it's green and blue. In its shades. It's just a circle, but the circle, instead of gleaming white, it's gleaming green and blue all around in that ring that details what is supposed to be, you would assume, the moon. Why it's that color, you're unsure. It certainly stands out.
Okay. From in the air, a little bit off the ground, and being able to see over the structures around me, does this look like it is a path down? Like the outside was a path up?
No. The flooring and the level in here is quite even. And you remember what the thing I said earlier, mages like being up high, nearer to the sky. So this tower is quite pompously built to be closer to the sky. Where you are now, you are roughly 2,000 feet in the air. Very high up. It's not a mountain's height. It's not several miles up, but it's quite high and still within reason and breathable space. But the closer you are to the sky, as I said, the closer you are to the raw ethereal energy, the more you can pull down quite easily. And you wouldn't put it past this place because you're not exactly climbing to the rooftop, are you? You would assume that there's maybe, you don't know what it would look like or what it would consist of or how it would be. Some kind of way for them to draw in the energy, much like they do in a lot of wizard towers or in places like Escamil.
That's why the different colored moon. I bet you whatever's drawn in the powers in the moon.
I am curious. Being that Enoch is a sorcerer, am I able to feel the ethereal energy?
Make an Arcana check. This is an Arcana check filtered through the sensation of perception.
Let me get my skills in front of me again. There we go. 19.
19. On a 19, you feel goosebumps as you try to concentrate on that idea, waiting for Griffin to return. You can feel it's like a static charge. But Enoch, you also at the same time feel something else. That pull has become like a taut rope, pulling you somewhere into this tower, into this platformed area, this small town on the inside that you've found.
Is this pull giving me a specific direction?
Hard to tell at the moment. It's like before, it's not directional. It's pulling you to an area, a place. When you were in that town before your incident, you felt the pull downward. That's why it made it so obvious. But you suspect if it had been in a directional thing, it would have been more difficult to place. You would have been able to get to the area, but you wouldn't necessarily, because that's how you were drawn there to begin with. You were drawn to that place. You needed supplies, you had to stop, but you were drawn there, especially where you placed your tent. It felt like the right place to be. But once you'd settled, you then felt the pull down. So it's a matter of getting there and then feeling that it's the right place rather than the other way around.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
You're not drawn in the correct direction. The correct direction reveals itself to you once you've arrived.
Cool. Okay.
Griffin, looking for just try and scout around since this is basically a black hole going down, and he's got to find a way for his friends to get down. He's gonna stealth around and see if he can find a way down.
You're not looking for a way down. You can tell by the distance through that. It's not down. It's like a given thing. You can tell. The only people going down are going to be Drow, and you don't know how they're doing that.
We need to go up.
Random guess is probably magic. You don't know. There are floating discs and things that can be cast, that can be moved around with a thought, lifted up and down and so forth, in order for groups of people to be moved about. How the rats got here, you don't know. And I don't think they do either. But they're here, and that's all that they care about.
I'm assuming that... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, above table, I'm assuming that the bandit's stash is going to be somewhere along these inner walls, away from this door. Since this door is the entrance, it's probably going to be on this side of the inner walls. If I had to give a hunch.
Yeah. Then I would be flying above. What?
I'm looking at. It all looks pretty densely packed except for this area. This looks a little less densely packed. Maybe we should try over there.
Yes, but we wouldn't know that. Technically.
If you're flying above with your dark vision, you can make out vague details of like the layout
Well, I was just going to fly around in the circle in general to try
Right.
and find where anything was going
Oh,
on.
okay.
Because I'm looking from a distance in the dark.
Right.
Am I seeing lights?
Make a perception check. Let's see what you notice.
Well, I didn't want you to start to light up because I didn't want them to see us.
And hold that roll. Everybody else. Are we waiting for Griffin to return, or are we letting him get a little bit ahead of us and then moving out? What is the plan?
Do we want to?
Honestly,
Find us-
I was about to say, yeah, like maybe find somewhere.
Because you
In the
also
middle
have
to
Noah,
kind of
who is
just
also
set up.
quite stealthy, to check an area ground level
That is
nearby
true.
as well. If Griffin,
That
if
is-
Noah wanted to do that,
Yeah.
just remind
I
him.
can search a distance away from y'all. Y'all can
I'll go
search.
ahead
Y'all have somebody that can search around you nearby.
Go ahead and
Right.
move a little bit. Try to get the areas.
Hell yeah. So yeah, as Griffin's flying around, Noah can kind of go ahead of the group.
Okay, Noah. So
11 plus.
plus a million.
It's already going to be like above 20. So
Yeah, I'd say it's above a 20 already, I think, or at a
Plus-
20.
so-
So
I think it is a dirty 20. That's funny.
you move forward away from the party to begin taking in what details you can of this. What you can begin to understand is a platformed space, high. You can feel and hear the vast gaping center of this tower. There is a movement of air. As I said, there are probably pressure tunnels that lead out to various parts of the outside. One of those, because of how vast this room is probably also the archway tunnel. Breathing in and out as air shifts, the pressure changes, and as you begin to move about, Noah, you begin to notice that the overgrown wild plant life outside is different in here. As you move through this section nearby, as opposed to where Griffin is going, which is over multiple sections, Griffin, you pass over small, thin walls with gates in them as you go, and spot multiple layouts in different parts of the streets. Noah, you notice the plant life is more like mushroom life. Lots of mushrooms, large, big mushrooms, small clusters, huge patches between buildings and in corners, where you assume that if any sunlight ever leaks into here, this place would receive the least of any extra stray light. And the less light you assume is being found into certain areas, the larger the mushroom you find. But as you go along, you find no evidence so far. Make a perception check to see how much you find in terms of any existing living creatures.
One. $19 plus.
So, very good roll.
You want to go off? You want to just go off of that, or
It's your perception, but you already rolled a 19. You rolled very, very high. You're looking about, and despite it being relatively difficult because of the darkness and where you are, the mushrooms, the different environment that you're entering now, the evidence suggests that the danger in here has shifted from rat-like creatures to living creatures of some kind. And I think, Noah, you're also trying to learn the things about this world to keep yourself out of trouble and danger. You remember that thing about the mutated creatures because this tower is so tall being mentioned. And you kind of piece together, with such a high perception, the rats don't come in here. They don't like it in here. something about it is not favorable to them. Maybe it's the endless darkness under the stars above you that you notice as you look around on the walls of this tower. Maybe it's the mushrooms, maybe it's something. But the rats, you don't see any evidence of scurrying creatures moving about. You catch animal-like tracks. So the concern in here has shifted from one thing to a different thing. And you suppose stealth would be a wise course of action forward. Truly moving quietly would be a good idea. Lest you get hunted by something relatively dangerous. You suspect you could probably deal with anything in here, but is it worth the time and drawing the attention of things outside or elsewhere in here? Because you don't know what all is in here. So gathering that, what would you like to do, Noah?
I want your guys to. Should I stay in here or should I?
If the idea is to us all be stealthy, I think it would be a good idea. About how far away is Noah from the group right now?
75 to 100 feet on away, because you guys are in this little gatehouse here. He's kind of moved off and has, I would say, probably would have had to scout around in some of these little streets around the buildings. You find success in doing this, and you don't notice. I will give you another thing with such a high roll. You do not notice any creatures in this open section at the beginning. You're not finding anything hiding in houses or buildings around waiting to pounce out at you guys. You suspect that this section is safe, but you also spot that wall with the large gate. There's no gate there, obviously. The wood has, as I said, rotted away. There's no wood in here. But the stone arch where a gate would have been is quite obvious right here.
I think Noah should at least come back and give us like a rundown. Like tell us that we should probably be sneaking around, that there's definitely like animal life in here, but I think maybe if he wanted to scout a little bit ahead once we started moving again, I think that'd be fine.
Say that last part again, Gavin. Maybe if I
like if I think Noah should come back to the rest of the group and relay his information, and I think maybe we should move up together. But if you wanted to break off and scout a little bit ahead as we were kind of slowly and sneakily exploring about, I think that'd be fine. I just don't want Noah to get too far.
I'll take the opportunity.
Yeah, I definitely think he should at least come back and relay the information to us. Is my mic coming through?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was worried.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm leaving this place now.
Robert, I think you cut out.
I'm on my way back.
Okay, cool.
So,
Hello?
Noah
Yeah.
begins.
We got you now.
Okay.
Noah begins to return back to the group. You inform them of what you found. Griffin, what was your check that I asked for earlier?
19 perception roll.
19 perception. As you're flying
Looking for
above,
lights in the air, in there from above.
you don't see torchlights. What you see is, as I said, the stars above, but what you're looking down at are bioluminescent mushrooms as you fly over.
And I'm flying stealthily, so nobody sees me
Dead silent.
over this direction. Do I need to make any more rolls as I keep going?
No, the rolls will hold. Your
I
vision of
continue
things is a
checking over
bit
here.
different from Noah's. You aren't seeing anything moving about, and you're not seeing any unnatural, non-made, or non-natural light.
Yeah.
You're only seeing naturally lit, bioluminescent mushrooms. You're not seeing any living creatures moving about.
If it's not taking me long to get across here, I would probably continue for another section at minimum to look around and check for things before coming back.
Same thing as you move forward over the next section. You look to see sort of series of, it looks to be a series of, well, I mean, what you see on the map is a series of circles laid out in the floor, and you gather some kind of arcane circles laid out on the ground, perhaps some kind of mage school, even. Once upon a time, many ages ago. But you see no living creature, and lots of mushrooms.
Should I keep going or come back?
Honestly, I think kind of the same with Noah. Maybe come back, regroup with us, and then maybe as we're moving around together, shoot out and scout, and then come back occasionally.
Yeah, because I figure 3 sections is a good chunk. Then I would have been, because I was starting to get worried about that too.
Yeah, I don't want us to
I
get too
would've
far away
come
and something and like shit hit the fan. Sweet. So we're gonna
Trip back is
we're gonna
successful,
go this way.
and the party is able to move forward as you please. What would you like to do?
Well, aside from the mushrooms glowing this direction, I didn't really see anything else, though I didn't have any kind of undead sense or anything like that. So this way should be clear to travel through. Ish. That still suggests sneaking, because we don't know what else might be here.
I was gonna say Enoch just nods and just gets ready to start kind of quietly making his way through with everybody else.
Do we have like a covered lantern that won't give off much light?
Are there any glowing mushrooms around us?
Oh yeah, do the glowing mushrooms light it up enough for the people that don't have dark vision?
They
Is that over in
do
the next
give
section?
off a small amount of light enough that you guys can move through without, because like that early portion you're in, this section here is quite wide open, you know. It's about like 20 feet across to the buildings, but there's not as many mushrooms in this section. Then it leads out into this little section here, which you can look down into the hole. Once you cross into the streets and things, you do begin to see that it is lit lightly by the mushrooms, especially when you begin to pass through into the next section. It is more well lit. It's not bright light, you're not taking in every detail, but you can see the walking path and you can see where you're going.
At least they're not.
Yeah, my non-dark visioners, you are able to see a little bit.
Okay. And yeah, I won't worry about lighting up the sphere.
And seeing as how I didn't have any issues flying around, I probably wouldn't be on your shoulder since you can see. So I would be like 15 feet above y'all and possibly a little bit ahead of y'all, looking out for anything.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'll be probably about somewhere around here. You said we were entering into here.
Let's look for a big mushroom, because I definitely want to snag one.
Hell yeah.
Let's do this one. All right. So How are we moving forward?
Griffin's a bit above them,
Okay.
watching ahead. I'm not
All right.
sure how they will be grouped together, or if they're just...
Everybody make a stealth check. Let's try this again.
That's a 10. I don't want
Woof.
Oh,
I got another 19.
cocked. That's cocked. Why did it have to be cocked on a 19? Fuck.
I got a
16.
I got a 28 on stealth.
I got a nat 20.
All right.
Wait. Would be a 27.
Really taking a mushroom. I'm writing that down. So I'm wrapping it in cloth. Wait, if you cut them when we pick the mushrooms, do they still glow?
Yes, a little bit, but
Okay.
Cool.
it's more of the collection of the mushrooms altogether. Like one mushroom's not going to light your path like a candle. It's more like them all being around is what illuminates. It's sort of a collective illumination rather than individual.
Well, I'm still taking at least one and wrapping it in cloth. That's for me.
Okay.
Griffin's inspected a couple of them.
So, all right.
As a test on the way by, he'll kind of move his fingers for a second and touch the dirt beside one of them and see if he can grow one with druidcraft.
Let's see.
Just a little one. On the way by.
So all of the NPCs, save for two of them, one just barely failed and one just failed. Wait, actually, hang on. Actually, don't let me lie to you. Hang on, I don't know actually. Let me look.
Don't lie to me, man.
No, wait. No, there's no way. Yeah. Two failures. Just barely failures. But with the collective success of three of them and the success of others being so high, Ezekiel, Heyon, and Squire Posit are made up for, you would think. You feel you save each other, stopping each other before stepping on particularly squishy and noisy things on the floor. In this case, probably washrooms. And you were able to shift forward and continue quietly.
I'm not gonna lie. You said stepping on something, and the first thing that went through my head was the rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Well, there are no rubber chickens, fortunately. Though there might be a shop. It is easy enough to move forward quietly and stealthily. You may choose your distance and location next. I will open the decision making on that to you guys.
Does Griffin need to make a perception check looking around to see if anything else is moving?
If you want to
As we
renew
move
that
forward.
check, you can, yeah.
It has been a hot minute.
Oh, we gotta move on to the eyeball section. Ever since I noticed that one looks like an eye, I started studying the other ones to see if I can pinpoint anything.
23 for perception.
Enoch can't see very well. I don't have him roll perception or anything.
Griffin, you are not noticing anything as you move along. You've not alerted anything if there is anything to alert, and you don't see the evidence of anything moving. All good things. So, as I said, the party may choose the distance and location it would like to move to. The gate is here. So instead of me moving you guys, I'll let you move it to show me just how far and how brave you want to be. Because that will determine the speed and the effort put into being quiet.
Should we move on to the next gate?
Yeah,
Just-
I agree.
Just keep being quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. As we move into the next section, shifting through that one, seeing no danger, we come to the next. Let's make another stealth check, everybody, as we shift in. New place, new section, new check.
16.
Lots of chances to fail again. Maybe not.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
23.
13.
16.
Okay. So as you enter this section, let's see. That's oh, okay, so that's good. So Marcella did good. Polyren, not so good. Aeon did great. And the Knights, also not so good. So never mind. I thought I had rolled quite well, and I had not. You can feel yourselves growing a little more comfortable as you shift forward into this next section. And you enter the area that I described a moment ago. Walking over these, Ezekiel, these aren't like runically drawn geometric shapes in a circular fashion drawn around a center point. They are quite simply just circles. But you gather that this place, just from a surveying glance as you enter, is or was used previously for some kind of magic in some way. Teaching or research or something like that. And maybe, but maybe, based on what the Vizier Captain told you guys, you might be drawing closer to what he had described as the location that they were. A lot of the regular parts of the Drow were unwilling to go to. It was a place they didn't want to go near because it reminded them of those sky stones.
Might be coming up on something that's similar to your stone, Enoch.
I was about to say, if the closer they get, Enoch would definitely, if it was safe, probably break off and try and get a closer look at one of those stones.
Which stones exactly?
Was it a So was it just the energy in this room that you said reminded them of the Sky Stones?
No. There's a building in here that they described that they felt was surrounded by that energy that they didn't like.
Which building was it then?
They
Show
didn't
me.
describe which specific building. They just said it was a building up here, which is why they are not present. And also the Nighedrazon aren't in here, which is also why the Drow remain unpresent up here as well.
And then as we're moving, then I'll just have Enoch stop for a second and just kind of close his eyes and just kind of try and feel. See if he feels pulled in any particular way, even though he knows, like, it's more of a he'll feel when he's there, but he's just trying to see if he feels any pull in any direction.
So
Make a charisma check.
Do what?
Can I
Make a charisma check.
Charisma check, okay.
Can I have Ezekiel also see if I can feel some energy that's similar to Enoch's magic?
Make an Arcana check.
Yay! Something I'm supposed to be good at.
19.
You feel the tug, and you... Perhaps it's coming in here and stopping. You don't know where exactly, but you know it's ahead somewhere. You're being pulled forward. What did Ezekiel get?
21.
21. Your perception of what is around you is different. You're getting a magical buzz off of the place around you. The thoughts begin to shift, perhaps favoring the idea that this was some kind of research area. This place could house a lot of researchers working on something at the same time. And you remember that they were discussing how this used to be a place of mages. So that would assume either, as I said, a school or a research place. And a building of research to house those sky stones being mentioned, it would only be wise to assume that this place is also a research section. But for more general arcane casting, creation of spells, if you will, and that leads to an interesting thought. Perhaps some of the spells, the very spells that some of you cast, were created in this very room.
Huh.
The idea of them, the concept, birthed in this very place. Maybe.
I'd love to have a look around. See if there's any old spell books lying around still.
I also am going to need to look around. I need to look into what these guys' stones they were talking about. I can feel it. Enoch's just gonna look forward, but not start walking till everybody else does.
As you mention wanting to look around, Polyren and Marcella do speak up separate things. Polyren says, "Are we sure about searching in a place like this? In a place where we need to be as stealthy as we possibly can? What is it that we believe we're going to find?"
Well, like I said, I'd love to look around. But that'd be under different circumstances.
I will perhaps collapse some dreams of possibly looking. We saw the doors and gates have been weathered away by ages, and books consist of pages, scrolls consist of paper, and those things last far less longer than, well, a door, if you will.
But if it was truly magical enough, maybe it was enchanted. Could last a lot longer that way.
Perhaps.
Longer than any structure.
What do you suppose this room was used for?
Exactly.
He's asking specifically. It was the cadence of that question. He's asking you to directly, like, what was this room used for?
Ancient magic. The beginnings of magic we use on a daily basis. This place is old. But the energy I can feel from it, it's still here.
I suppose perhaps it would be interesting to look around, but my better judgment says that it is likely anything that you could learn about anything of spells or spellcraft in this room, you already know. If this is the birthplace of some older spells, if that is even the case, it wouldn't be too bold to assume what I said previously. We already hold the secrets of the spells that we cast that were invented in this room. That is to say that I doubt they were enchanting scrolls in here for the sake of casting, merely doing research, writing it down, and passing it on. Though I suppose these circles would offer some interesting effect in the way of creating a spell. I don't know what they do, obviously, but perhaps I shouldn't tempt you. He just smiles a little bit. Marcella points out, she's like, I don't, this place is crazy. What are we looking for?
Well,
Do we know where we're going?
We're looking
Looking
for
for
signs of the carts or the bandits.
seeing if we can
And
find
then-
any remnants of if they've been through here or not. But magical curiosity has gripped us. But we'll save it for after. At the very least, we could wait until after we finish our mission.
I mean,
Enoch
I'm
doesn't say
curious,
anything.
and as am I. But I think for now we should keep we should keep moving forward. I don't like the idea of searching this area while our quarry lay beyond.
I concur.
We may become the hunted should we linger. I think I like that idea of coming back.
Then let us press on. Let's keep moving. Meet up with Griffin.
Enoch just nods and begins to move towards Griffin's direction.
All right. More movement. Are we passing to the next gate?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would suggest keeping to the side as we travel, just in case, because there's no telling what may or may not be still active in the middle of this. But
No,
yes, I would say travel
Let's
this
not go straight
direction
through.
Yeah.
around, but yes, towards that next gate.
Okay. So we move to the next gate. We once again move in. Next section, are we moving in stealthy again? Make checks
It's
as
my-
appropriate.
Griffin
Stealth checks for those that are stealthing. Perceptions for those that are perceptioning.
Oh god, that's a fucking 5. And that was for stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an inspiration. That's better. 16 again.
I already killed mine earlier, so
My stealth this time was only a 16. Perception, on the other hand, was 9.
Perception's a 17. Enoch's probably he's looking around, but he is definitely trying to feel out where the energy for the sky stones is, while also looking for signs of the bandits.
Are you closing your eyes and trying to sense it again?
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Make another charisma check. Relying on your base instinct and attachment to this pact.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you pass through this archway that was once a gated entrance, you open your eyes, and centered in your vision, in this new section of this sort of inner tower research town, right here, in that corner. Enoch, make a history check, excuse me, as you open your eyes upon this building looking right at it.
Oh my god. Nat 20.
It starts with a feeling of, why does that look familiar? Oh gods. That has a lot of similar structure to a place where I once found a stone. Granted, the one I found the stone in has been eroded away by years and whatever is going on there. The reason that place is destroyed and not still standing like this place is a question for perhaps later or more time to think. Maybe a side note to bring up to yourself later. Why is that place destroyed and this one isn't? But you see a building that you remember the outline of. Roofless and abandoned, open to the raging weather when it does. But it's roofed and pillared, and there it sits before you. A building identical to where you found your stone.
Enoch is just gonna look over to Polyran, tap his shoulder, and then just point over to it.
He just looks at the building, looks at you. What do you see?
That building. Same ruins where I found this. He taps on the glass viewing port on his containment device for the stone.
But I thought...
So,
What? No, the
when I
Swamp Ghost City, it was a civilization of the past that was destroyed. Are you telling me that you found your stone in Erun ruins? Do you have any idea how ludicrous that sounds? Erun ruins. They rebuild their cities.
Enoch is just kind of slowly nodding as he's looking out at that building.
What happened where you placed your stone that they abandoned it?
Don't know.
And why has this one not been blown open and abandoned? I have questions beyond the bounds of where the bandits are.
As do I. And
Do we
I will say
know-
Enoch is saying this loud enough to where everybody else could hear it if they were listening in as they were walking in and Enoch saw the building.
I am obviously a man who is not immune to the sense of irony that the answer to this question is what I assume it is. Am I correct in saying and asking, are we going into that building because that's where the bandits are?
Does it look like the building is open? Like, does it look like it's like
you don't
accessible?
see any external evidence of like life, but you see the building is just there as it is, as all these buildings are. Some of them have stone doors, but most of them doorless and windowless. But you'd assume they're probably windowless by design, considering this is an indoor place.
I believe I need to go in there, even if for just a moment.
I have a feeling that based on what we've been told, we're all going to be going in there. Bandits. Why is it always bandits? So what would we like to do? Revelations abound.
Make our way to the,
Should I go have a look at it before everybody gets closer?
You certainly could.
Yeah.
You certainly could do that.
Because I didn't come over to this section when I was flying by myself. I
Stopped in the previous section, yep.
That's
Make
crazy.
a new perception check for me. More specific, since you're being signaled in this direction.
22. You also need to make a new stealth check.
Like I say, you can hold on to the previous one because you've been flying. You're able to pass over the walls and such and just kind of glide in silence. You have no real factors shifting and changing your stealth. You fly past and you make several passes looking around this building. With that decent perception, you're not seeing like specific evidence. You're not seeing discarded plates or trash or something like that, but you're seeing like spots where it seems that mushrooms aren't growing currently, small walking paths, places around this building where there's evidence that people have been here enough that it has a semblance of mortal existence, living beings being inside and around
The lived in area, traveled.
It has been traveled and lived in. You don't see too much of that extending far beyond that, and it is the first evidence at a certain distance of any of this inner tower area being traversed.
Would definitely head back quietly and let them know that.
Communicating
Because
this
now-
with the group, everybody that wishes, with all of this combined information, with what specifically what he just said, the fact that it's a research center, what Enoch has thought of and realized Polyran has mentioned, let's have I'm going to make Polyran, we're going to do Polyran, and none of the other NPCs that are not arcane trained in that way. Marcella, maybe, but not to the extent that you guys are in this sense. She's more combat mage type of thing. Research is not really her strong suit. So to my arcane ones, and those with good history, and those with high intelligence of certain varieties, let's make, what would this be? Assessing this building and all the pieces of information put together. Let's make this a sort of generalized, I want to say history check, piecing all of the puzzle together. cohesively.
Roll in history.
Let's see. Polyran has on his hands a 19.
22.
19 is
21.
one for Enoch.
Noah, you would be allowed to roll in this as well if you were interested in making a history check, because this isn't history as in like the history books. This is a history of like what you've learned about this place up to this point. So you would be allowed to be included in this if you're also trying to help piece together all the pieces of evidence that you've kind of collected ongoing. Oh my god. The one history check you're relevant for, and I just hand you a 2. Okay. Well, listening is a good skill. So,
Yeah.
gathering together,
Everybody shut up at Drow speaking, listen and learn.
something is pulling Enoch in there, which gives there is a possibility there is another of those stones inside. Possibility. You don't know for sure, because Enoch, you felt the pull like this to that previous place where the accidental detonation took place. So it might just be another place like that. But the two things that make that uncertain are the things that are giving you evidence to one or the other as well. So it looks like that place where you found the stone, which is why you think there could be one there or may have been in the past. But because it looks like that building and you feel the pull towards it, it's uncertain which of those things is the true factor. But one of those things is true. You're either being pulled there as a place of some kind of center of power to your patron, or it's that plus stone, or there was once a stone there. The hole, the sewer system, the waterways being used to get up here, research center, this building, the lack of travel outside of it, aside from probably maybe just people keeping an eye for anything getting close, any of the creatures in here, wherever they are. That drainage system, the drainage system would be pretty big, especially in a place like that. If what Enoch is saying is true, big drainage system. Put that together. How are they getting in and out of the city? They found the biggest drain.
We
Most
may have
convenient
found our
one.
answer.
It doesn't tell you where the carts are, because you doubt they're up here. You don't see any evidence as to that case. But you at least know how they're getting down. Why they picked this place, how it all lines up. The Drow are unwilling to go near this place because it gives them a foul feeling. So despite going into the sewers, when drifting towards that foul feeling, one tends to assume that others can feel that foul sense as well. And it would be worth ruling out. I doubt they'll go that way. So perhaps the whole time the Drow were looking in the wrong direction in the efforts they did make to try and deal with these bandits, minimal as they were. And those are the pieces of evidence you're all intelligently able to piece together.
Before they go any further, Enoch is going to stop everybody before they start making their way towards the building. When we get up to the building, I just want everyone to be careful. I don't want a repeat of what happened the last time I felt this feeling, but we do have to go in there, and I believe that there will be answers. I may travel slightly further away from everybody, or enter first or last, just to err on the side of caution. I don't want to hurt anybody. Not any of you.
And then we'll do what we've been doing. And take it slow. And let you take point. See if what you're looking for is in there. And see if what we're looking for may be nearby. Or even in the same spot.
Enoch will just nod and lead the way, I guess.
Okay.
Unless anybody else has anything to add. I'll put him like up here. Far enough to where if shit starts going south, you guys can at least see it and go, fuck,
Fuck.
back up.
So. As we begin to shift forward through this room.
Griffin's probably about 20, 30 feet above you so that you're not alone. He's doing Overwatch for you, like, directly.
Let's make those new stealth checks for the next section, just like before.
Ooh, 18.
I said,
12.
Let's say Enoch's moving like an invasive species up to this building.
Well, all of the NPCs failed.
Jesus Christ.
I kid you not. Well, hang on. No, I don't think he
My
does.
lord.
I don't think any of them succeeded. Yep, they all failed. All of them. Wow, that's impressive. Haven't done that yet.
oh, I think we're fucked.
So,
Fucking-
Pull up them bootstraps and cock those guns.
Everybody be careful. Steps on
Steps on the
landmine.
Nah, you need the sound of when something falls down the well from the took, the fool of the took. It's a very loud and echoing noise in that movie.
okay.
Terrified.
All right, let me add up some stuff here.
Well,
See you, chump.
Literally.
Okay. All right. So, we begin to shift forward, uncertain of have we been seen or not, as we move through the room closer to this interesting, mostly unmarked building. There's not a lot of markings on it. It's the structure of it that's the identifiable part. Long, tall pillars at the front across it, and behind it, up a set of stairs, a entryway, not grand or large, spacious enough for people to pass through. Once upon a time was probably before rotting away a double door of some kind. Modest and small.
Honestly, with Enoch being a good, like, couple of paces ahead of the group, I think once he gets up to the entryway, he is going to activate his light. Just so he can see as he goes in. He will sacrifice stealth for himself.
Alright, make a new stealth check at disadvantage.
Alrighty. Drop my damn dice. Give me 1 sec. Four. My good man.
Very nice. Perhaps it is the draw to what is inside, or what might be inside. Scuffed boot steps with an occasional stumble of dizziness as you feel this tug deep within. And you are all able to approach the door. Do we enter and step further beyond? Unlit and unmarked by anything of the sort of torches, lamps, anything like that.
Are there any windows Griffith can see through?
No, he said they were windowless.
So the building you're approaching, you do see a sort of like, there's the long pillars in front of it, but behind the pillars at the top, there is a sort of catwalk that looks out towards this open area of the room.
Enoch is going to go ahead and go inside.
And if Griffin can get towards that top part, he'd probably try and get up there to try and watch over him.
Ezekiel will still stay the small distance behind Enoch, but he'll follow in afterwards.
Okay. Enoch, make a perception check as you enter.
14.
You spot something on the floor. A small shape. Really low down, close to the floor. It's a sort of small dome with a flat bottom. A very small dome, but it is nonetheless on the floor.
I will slowly approach said dome.
Okay. How close are you getting to it? Are you like getting really close to inspect it, or?
Oh no, I'm getting, how far away from it am I when I first see it?
At the doorway as your light enters the room.
So is it like,
How far away from the doorway is it?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
from the
doorway?
doorway, it's, I would say 15 feet or so.
I will get 5 feet closer, and then I would like to roll investigation, perception, whatever, to see if it's like a trap or try to figure out what it is, other than just
make an
HP.
investigation check.
And if Griffin was able to get on that catwalk, would I be able to see anything from up there?
No, he is beyond a doorway inside the building. You're technically on the outside with a catwalk that loops around like this in a sort of horseshoe shape into doorways beyond.
16 for my investigation.
16. It could be a trap.
Does it match the architecture of the building itself, or does it look like it was placed here afterwards?
It is definitely, you can at least tell that it's something on the floor.
I would like to, if possible, give it a 10-foot berth and try and walk around it.
Yeah, definitely doable. This entryway is kind of wide across.
Before I do, I will call back that there's something on the floor. Could be a trap. Avoiding it.
All right. As you move forward, you see another. And another. At least 3 more.
I'll just kind of hug one side of the wall, kind of follow it down, trying to give them as much space as I can. Are they lined up or are they sporadic?
The problem you run into is they become sporadic. After the first one that's kind of in the center of the walking path, the rest are staggered in a way that makes walking along the wall to keep a 10-foot distance between you and it not an option. Hugging this wall on the left or the right, you will then pass within a melee range of it.
Well, I gave Enoch a lot of hit points for a reason, I guess. I'm gonna have him step towards one that is closer to him. He's gonna get
All right.
right at the 10-foot mark.
Okay. As you enter the 10-foot radius, nothing seems to happen. And then you see a small blue glow along the top of this small dome. Maybe wonder, some kind of detection system perhaps? What could it be? I need you to make let's see. First, we're gonna make, did I not write that down?
Hope you can dodge this disintegration ray, sir.
Hit him with
Oh,
hit him with
don't worry, I
the
assure
hallucination
you.
grenade.
I can't.
I can't.
Make a, I really didn't write that down. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I wish not to see Enoch be split in twain.
That is a 22.
22. It's quite beautiful as it lifts into the air and explodes. It's not a fiery explosion. It's an explosion of blue ethereal energy outwards. You see glyphs in this explosion right before it slams against you. Roll a d4.
How big is this explosion? Is it just up to that 10 feet part?
You don't know. You're not in there.
You said roll a D4?
I went in after him.
Did you?
Yeah, I said I waited till he.
You didn't go very
after
far
he-
in.
Yeah, I was still like a distance behind him, just like.
All right, so if you're entering, you do see this happen. You see
I was like,
this
I wish I could see
thing on
my-
the floor lift up in the air, lit with runes on the top of it. It explodes in this blue ethereal energy runic explosion in an area of about 10 feet. He crossed into its threshold.
You said roll a D4?
I did, yes.
2.
That blue runic glow turns white. And you take... Oh, wow. You got very, very lucky. You take 2 cold damage.
Ooh, I would like to use my reaction to reduce that 2 to nothing.
Very
And-
nice.
10 feet around me is going to explode.
see the first explosion. Ezekiel Grip pulls out his shield and like ducks down next to something, and then all of a sudden here's a fucking second explosion.
What the fuck was in that thing?
There is a loud explosion, rune-filled explosion that turns white and icy, that then begins to try and scatter across Enoch, that is then thwarted by a reverse explosion in response to battling explosions to dampen the inertia of one. Sheer force drawn from magical power versus raw, true use of magic and runes to create an effect. And the effect wins out, and you're able to reduce the damage to 0. But now you know, or have some inkling as to what might happen when you pass into a 10-foot radius. And you're noticing one more problem. Somebody is going to have to activate another one because of how these are staggered throughout the floor in the room. Only one
Enoch
more,
will,
but it will have to happen.
Enoch will turn to Ezekiel after the explosions and like the dust clears. Looks like traps.
Item number 2. That was very loud.
Then there was 2 of them in one go.
Is
Did
there
you say that there was
anybody?
Door on that catwalk leading into the building.
What about the catwalk?
Didn't you say that there was a door leading into the building on the catwalk?
Well, not a door per se, but where there once was a door. But yeah, a doorway that leads into the building.
I would have gone in there definitely after the explosion.
Okay.
If not
Honestly,
before.
So
there's already been one explosion. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, as you pass through the doorway, from where you are, you're up high on the ceiling, but you can look down and you see Ezekiel and Enoch down below and the others entering in behind Ezekiel as this explosion has dissipated.
Where is the other booby trap on the ground?
So looking
Is
ahead,
anybody
one was centered in the room, and then they're staggered like this in a sort of zigzag. So as I said, hugging one wall or the other, you'll have to cross the path of another one. Walking on the ground is unavoidable.
So do you guys want me to just try and shoot one of these?
How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is, I think, about 30 feet.
Would you like me to fly over it to the back of the room and see if there's a way to disarm them?
You can try, yeah. I'm assuming that they're gonna be like, if we're gonna disarm them, it's gonna have to be individually.
Are they
Depends on if there's a mechanism controlling all of them.
Are they?
Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying.
Are they activated by living movement, or can we
Throw a rock over
throw
there.
Yeah, just throw the classic throw a fucking rock. The classic, you can't beat it. Is there anything around us that is?
Yeah, I was gonna
not
say,
able
is there something loose we can throw?
As you would expect, as with all the other buildings, there's not really anything loose anymore. Everything that would have been loose is rotted away and dissolved due to being organic materials.
Even just a piece of rock?
Erun craft, my friend, Erun craft. Their buildings don't necessarily settle and lose pieces of gravel, unfortunately. It is a uniquely annoying feature in this particular case.
Let me see what I have in my pack. I might have something I can toss.
Would I be
at
able to
it.
use a seed or two?
I mean, you guys have items on you that are that would be as inane as
was
a
about to
rock.
say.
So
I have I have like a random small knife. I'll throw that.
there you go. You toss this knife into the area, and nothing.
Living.
Gotta be living.
Runic nature.
So am I shooting this bitch?
Whenever it activated, you saw runes. You saw runes across the top of it.
I didn't. What? Sorry about that.
Enoch, you can make, if you will, make an Arcana check if you want. And Ezekiel, since you saw it happen, I would say you would also be allowed to make a separate Arcana check.
17.
Yay. 21.
Enoch, you know it's activated by something living. Ezekiel. Something dawns on you. These aren't the sort of traps that you would assume bandits would just have. These are runic, organically activated jumping mines that explode with arcane effects and an explosion of runic symbols. Again, through the detection of a living creature entering its area. And you're in an Erun tower where mages used to be. Do with that what you will.
This is probably the original security system for this building.
Probably, but if we have a path that things have walked outside, I would say there's undead that travel here if it didn't activate the trap.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Just shit, I was gonna say it in character. I forgot what I was gonna say already.
Sorry.
But yeah,
This place may have some affiliation with the undead. I'll see if I can figure something out. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do this the hard way.
So do I need to shoot? Do I need to
Why?
attempt to cast a spell at one of these mines to
Before you do that, I would like to fly up to the roof, ceiling, and see if I can see if there's some kind of control panel at the back of the room.
Okay. Go for it. Use them peepers, Griffin.
If evil. 6 is 19.
So we're looking for controls to...
Any kind of controls or mechanism to possibly shut something off at the back of the room, past all the traps.
So walking through, the catwalk then turns into a hallway as the ceiling drops a little bit and it goes into a doorway, into a separate room, dark beyond.
I thought that was actually went just into the above where they were at.
Well, no, the section you're in, you are on a small catwalk looking down at where they are. This is essentially what you would assume is if there was security to be here, this is where they would walk, which attaches to a separate part of the building that goes further back. To make it inaccessible to any sort of security issue taking place, you would keep the stair or ladder
Up.
away in a separate room further back, not just at the entrance. So you assume you're going to have to go several rooms further on to find a ladder down, which you don't necessarily need to with wings, but should you walk. But searching for a sort of control panel security box thing will be a bit more of an endeavor of searching further into the building rather than just a simple hop into the next room.
I've done that because I didn't want to get separated too much from them, and because I have no idea what's in this building.
Do you communicate any of this to the others?
I probably would have tried to, since we're
It's a
not
question
really
for
worried
everybody,
about
by the
sound
way.
anymore. I probably would have been trying to holler down at them since there's no worry about sound anymore. We already blew up something.
I'm almost tempted to just like get right to the edge of it and just put my hand in and take it out right around the 10 feet mark. My ability that makes us kind of hidden to undead. It starts off saying you begin to manifest a likeness to undead. I wonder how much that likeness.
Set it off.
I wonder if how much that likeness is close.
Well, I mean, Enoch is technically a reborn. He's kind of undead adjacent. He set it off. So it would be a good thing to test. I'm not saying that you would set it off. I'm saying that Enoch set it off, and he's weird. So maybe you might or might not. I genuinely don't know. I was about to say either Ezekiel go up and stick your hand in it, or Enoch's gonna quick draw this thing so we can get a path through.
Oh, you know what? We need something. We need something to happen. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Ezekiel will step up to Enoch and I guess right around where for the next trap. I guess it doesn't matter what side we do.
Yeah, I guess whichever side it would make it easiest to get through.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Be the same mine on the same side. As I said, they're staggered back, so it would be the second mine further on the left.
All right, we'll go the next one and this line. Get up to the 10 feet and not go in, but having his shield ready. Shield ready, crouch down, or it's covering most of them. He'll put his other hand in and out of it.
As you do so, once again, go ahead and make for me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay.
You still got to pull your hand back quick enough to not get that. And you did.
No.
Roll a d4 for me.
Yay. A 1.
One.
Can I just roll any lower, please? Give me that 1 on the d20, please. That almost got a fucking 20. That about pissed me off.
So, as you stick your hand in, you're more alive and resemble life more than you think you do, at least to things that aren't undead. As you slide your hand just past the threshold, it's not a matter of yanking your hand out. It's because you stuck your hand in. And you watch the runes along the top of it around in a circle of light as it spins and lifts off the ground. And you hear this sort of reverse explosion sound. As it opens up into this blue light again, runes come out, but as it reaches you, they turn red and orange. And you take 8 fire damage.
Oh, fuck. My hand is just fucking 3rd degree burned. I am...
Your arm is cooked.
Very much so. It's just like sizzling, smoking hand, just putting it between his arm and his chest on the other side. Just,
I guess I've got more life in me than I thought I did.
I would like for Enoch to run over and take some bandages out to wrap around Ezekiel's arm.
Yeah, go ahead and make a medicine check. As the others enter and follow your move to this inside wall, trying to stay away from the mines, as they can see the clear and present danger before them. If they didn't know you were here after the double explosion, the single explosion would have also certainly have warned them that someone is here.
It's an 18.
On an 18, you're able to wrap his hand. Ezekiel, you may take a d4 if you wish of healing.
if I wish, yeah, okay.
I was assuming you were going to hit me with an I do wish. I do wish.
I do wish. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want the healing. I like being a goddamn damage sponge.
Fuck your healing, bitch. I don't need your shit.
As Enoch is wrapping. You got a what?
You got a 1.
You got a 1.
No.
It's Sam.
As Enoch is wrapping your arm, he kind of looks at it, looks to your arm, looks to his. Look at that, we match.
Another thing we have in common.
That's gonna be a cool epic scar I need to add on the hero voice.
Hell yeah.
That's
right.
probably about the time Griffin would holler down. Would y'all like me to watch for anybody coming, considering the front door and the door I came in are the only one entrances to this place that we
I think
know of?
I think that's a good idea.
Because I'm up on a catwalk above everybody.
That should be the last one we have to explode, but we definitely made some noise.
I don't know who else. Who knows what else is left in there?
There's more so that I could warn y'all before they come into the building so that we don't get completely trapped.
Fuck it. Enoch's gonna close his eyes after he makes sure Ezekiel's okay, and he's gonna try and like feel the vibes of the room.
Feel the rhythm, feel the blues.
You now have reached that directionless pole. It's, obviously turn left around this corner and continue further in, but it's not so point specific that you know exactly where to go. There will be a bit of looking through this place possibly, depending on what the structure is, in order to find what you're looking for. As far as the bandits go, who knows?
Ambushed for the bandits and search this after we deal with them, since they're probably going to come here and try to figure out what the noise is. Random thought.
I mean, we could.
We've got
yeah,
structures
no.
around us we could hide in and take them out.
We could hide out for a bit, see if they show up.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Better than what just happened.
So if we can get out into one of these buildings real quick before anything shows up. Might be our best bet to kind of shoot them from different directions type of thing. We can get multiple people in multiple buildings. Like somebody over here in this one, somebody in this one, somebody in this one, and then our melee people possibly inside the door here.
Yeah, maybe. My question is, are they going to come from the outside, or are they going to be coming in from the drain pipe? That tunnel access is.
Well, isn't that out there, outside the building, though?
We don't know that. I don't think so. I don't think we've actually found it yet.
Oh wait, no, we haven't found the access point.
And I'm thinking it's inside, so there's a good chance they could also just come from the inside. Which, I mean,
Yeah, but
would
if it
also
was the
work fine
bandits, they
for...
would have had to go past the traps, and it would have activated them.
Unless they found a way
the
to get...
bandits are undead.
Yeah. Which
But I thought we already killed some of the bandits, and they're not undead.
I think
thought.
that was maybe it was an original security system that back when people were doing shit, maybe there was undead roaming around, or there is undead roaming around, but the bandits themselves take the catwalks to get to places.
That's
they know
what I
about
was
the
thinking.
traps.
They know about the traps and the catwalks, so they have ways to get around it.
There is a third option to consider in that. About the placement of those traps.
Do they recharge?
No, the housings are gone. And what remains underneath them is the continuation of the same floor that you see everywhere else.
So those replaced. I can't think of the third thing to take into account.
That was the third thing.
Ah, just the fact that it's a plain floor underneath it.
No, that they were placed.
Ah.
So you hit the nail on the head.
Bandits.
I'm guessing. So the bandits probably found them and placed them there.
Yep. So we might want to set up.
So I was honestly, they may just be like, "Oh, the mines went off," and not think much of it, because they're gonna hear that and just go, "Oh, security system worked."
Yeah, but they'd still send somebody to check it to see what the security system caught, especially with 3 separate explosions going off. And they only set up 4 mines, right? When there are only 4 in that room? Staggered?
5. There were 5 in that room previously.
And they technically heard 3 explosions. They don't know it was 3. 2 of them were the traps and 1 of them was something else. If 3 of those traps went off, they might send some people to investigate. If 1 went off, they probably wouldn't worry about it. Personal thought.
All right, well, where are we setting up then? Are we setting up? Are we moving in? I don't really care.
I'd say set up on the catwalk if they're coming from inside the building.
How are they going to get up there?
That is my question. Do we have any rope?
Yeah, I have hemp rope.
I can fly down and grab the rope and fly it back up and tie it off on the ledge or on the catwalk. Climb up.
Hell yeah! All right, I
Would
guess.
be able to crawl up in time.
That is the question.
I was about to say Enoch will go up last. He's tanky. He can handle, especially if it's only gonna, if they do end up sending just like a guy, it'll be fine. So Enoch will go up last.
Wait, shit, what about Polyran?
Oh yeah, he probably can't climb up the rope.
Can he stone walk up the side of the wall?
No.
I was about to say, I don't think he can.
Funny as hell. I didn't think he could either.
He can do that later, but not yet.
I didn't think he could yet.
Okay.
Is there a
yeah, I
spot
guess-
we could hide Polyran outside the building? He could be outside the front door.
I don't want to leave him outside alone unless multiple people. I don't want to leave anybody outside, honestly.
Well, somebody could be. Well, yeah, that's true. We could continue further in and see if we can find the way up, but aside from that, we can just post up
That's
at the
what.
back of that wall.
Honestly, like, yeah, if Polyran's not going to be able to go up, I think.
I wouldn't send anybody else up either. I don't want to split everybody up. That's why I didn't continue down that hallway myself by myself. Unless y'all want me to explore that top spot along those rails.
Honestly,
and then come back. But with people
At
coming,
this-
probably I wouldn't want to risk it.
honestly, like, if they're going to be, I say we just all push forward into the hallway, because either we're going to meet them head on, and they're probably not expecting a fully armed group of adventurers, or they're going to be coming from behind us, and they're either going to have to go around the mines, or if it's something that doesn't know the mines are there, it might get exploded by the mines.
We did just clear the left path.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about like some random like mutant or something like that, like
Yeah, that is true. They
something
wouldn't
that's
know about
something. Yeah, something that would just be wandering through. Like, yeah, I mean, like if it's a person or
Yeah.
a bandit, they'll. But
They'll
yeah,
look
I vote that we all just group up and just push down the hallway.
them. Works for me.
I'm fine with that.
I'm worried if we sit here and try to set up an ambush, they're either not going to walk in, or it's going to be like they show up, we like wipe them, and then we move on anyway, and we just kind of like sat around and wasted some time.
Might need a bit of healing before we move on.
Okay. Can I have
see.
Polyran cast?
Would I be
Cure
able to use some of my
Wounds?
herbs to medical check
Oh.
him and help him? Help
Oh,
heal him?
I didn't. Yeah, like a poultice or something. That'd be cool.
In speaking true honor to Dungeon World, I will allow a poultice and herbs check on on Ezekiel?
Good old poultice and herbs.
Well, I do have a +5, and I got a 21
21. Easy enough.
for my medicine check.
Ezekiel, you may roll 2d4.
Yay! I wish. Peas and carrots. Okay, one was a 1 and one was a 4. It's about right.
Hell
in
yeah.
life.
You feel that you may not scar quite as badly as Enoch, but you got burnt.
Now I won't look like a freak. No, I'm kidding. Now I don't get to look cool. Cool and mysterious. Alright.
But yeah, I guess Enoch will take point and lead the group if we're all ready to move down the hallway then.
Gotta take this belt off. Ow. It's starting to hurt. Ow. I don't need it anyways, now I'm standing up. I forgot I had it on. I meant to take it off earlier. Oh. So much better. Okay. Oh. All right. So we're moving forward. Let's, as it would probably be better and more ideal to 2x2 or single file down this hallway and not squeeze everybody within the same space. What is the order that we walk down this hallway?
Let's see.
How tall is the ceiling?
In the hallway, much smaller. So as you entered, there was a flat wall in front of you that then leads to this direction, and then there's a hallway that on the far right end of the room that leads back down a smaller hallway, which instead of being a big open thing, the wall goes all the way across and then opens into a small doorway that goes further on. You suspect that this was some kind of, for lack of a better word, reception area, if you will, originally. And that is the hallway that leads back into different research chambers or whatever may be inside.
I think Enoch would probably look around a little bit, but probably make his way back towards the research areas. Excuse me.
How's this order?
That works with me.
And I'm on his shoulder.
Yeah.
As a secondary attack
Honestly,
possibility at the front. We're both pretty tanky.
once Enoch got up to the area where it would break off to go to the different research areas, he would probably close his eyes again, try and see if he could feel any pull in any direction.
As you begin to enter the deeper parts of this facility and moving on, it's still the same problem as before. You don't feel the pull in a particular direction. You just know it's here. You're headed in the right direction. Ish. Moving forward is the right way.
While we are walking forward, can I make an investigation check to see if I can find anything physically that might aid in me finding whatever? Yeah, whatever I'm feeling.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I guess somebody needs to point me spell.
21.
As you're walking along, you do notice very faint scratchings on the wall in Elvish that points out it says a cardinal direction and then location of a certain room or facility. It says to the west is the living quarters. It says to the east and further on is different research labs, and the main lab is directly north. Doesn't give strict detail of exactly how to get there. You suspect there's going to be twists and turns to get to these various places, but it gives you a direction.
Enoch will relay that information back to everyone. I think we should go check in the main lab first. I feel it would be the biggest area. We'll have the most information and more than likely hold the entrance to this system they're taking.
Well, let's go then. Just be prepared for anything.
As we begin to walk in that direction, Enoch's going to kind of look around. Why would this building need drainage? And he just kind of begins to think to himself as like looking around, making his way in the direction of the main research.
Well, it's quite
area.
obvious, isn't it, Enoch? He doesn't even take a check. Green fire. As well as any flushing that might take place of discarded arcane research waste.
It's an incinerator.
So what you could assume is if you're going to use a whole lot of water to put out a whole lot of fire due to something that creates green radioactive flame, you need a big drain to take it.
They're definitely heading in the right direction.
Let's keep going then.
And as we delve deeper, continuing to search, I don't think it takes a check, actually. The grim reality dawns upon you. You aren't running into guards, placed, other bandits. There's nobody waiting in ambush as you move along through these hallways. You eventually steer your way through the hallway to the mentioned research labs. You find them empty, filled with nothing. Stone slabs. Anything made of stone still remains. Anything made of metal as well. But no people. And it's when you get here and you still haven't been attacked and there's been no sound and no retaliation that you realize that upon entering this building, you are not as stealthy as you thought you were. They knew you were here before the explosions. You don't know where they are, and you don't know what they're doing. But we'll find out next week where they may lie.
Thought that may have been the case.
Hell yeah.
Well, how about that?
We got our explosion quota in.
Yeah, we've met explosion quota met for the week. More to come.
More to come.
All right, Mordecai.
Let's say that's Enoch's bread and butter. I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of his spells create noise, like in the text.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. Big stuff, big revelations, big interest. Where are we? What are we looking at? What is going on?
I'm more interested. I'm kind of curious whether the Drow are able to catch up soon, like they were supposed to.
You would assume that they're probably in here, but not anywhere near this building.
Yeah, they probably searched somewhere else.
Likely, they probably stuck around the entrance to the inside of the tower.
Yeah.
Probably a good bet. Considering they were being chased and you were being chased, and
they didn't want to come by here anyway.
A lot was going on, and the further from that building, as they previously told you, the better. They don't. Yeah. It gives them the heebie-jeebies. They don't like it. Gives them the wrong kind of buzz.
Mm. They still get a buzz off of it, though. But they're still getting high.
Well,
it's 2,000 meters in the air.
Indeed. But if there are no more questions, I will end our broadcast for the week.
I have none.
And until the next session, I've taught myself to stop saying until next weekend, because never know what might pop up. Somebody having plans suddenly. But I will say until next session.
Next time on D&D.
And next time on roll with the channel name thing. I had originally put in place as like a true broadcast sort of name, but it's now just kind of it's become a light layer of personality. And I know next time on Difficulty Challengers. Yeah, anyways. Until next week or next session. I said it. Next session.